always fun when you come down to Chatham. Cavaliers in the home black jerseys with the red numeral, a white outline. Red pants, black socks. A couple guys got white socks on. It's sort of a mixed match on the socks there. And then Altavista is in the road white jerseys, black numbers, orange trim. They're going with the black pants tonight with the orange trim. And their socks are a little mix and match, too. A bunch of guys have orange on. Some guys have black on. So one of those kind of nights, Oscar.
Yeah, it is.
It's Halloween's on the way.
That's right. And they just held the coin toss. And for the second week in a row, the Colonels have lost the coin toss. Chatham won. Deferred. Altavista has chosen to get the ball this time. I'm sure that in Coach Shaughness's mind that he remembered that Chatham was able to control the ball last year. He wants to be able to get on the scoreboard first tonight.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea. And you know, Altavista, the thing about their offense is, Oscar, at least this year anyway, most of the time, not a whole lot of ball control because they tend to score pretty quick. You know, we talked a lot about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 play drives. Not sure they've even put together like a 10-play drive this year.
They've had a couple, but you know that was it. Last week against Nelson, they had one drive that was 5 plays,
right?
And then everything else was there were two plays. Everything else was 1 play. So they've been able to score quickly and from really any place on the field. Long plays again, whether it be Dustin Brown, Mitchie Malbeck, or Thornhill, or a combination of those players, they've been able to score from anywhere on the field.
Yeah, and lest we not forget, Kenavis Jones busting out for 3 touchdowns last week, too. I mean, we always knew that he was a weapon, obviously. He scored before, had the big touchdown catch in that Galax game that really kind of sealed the deal. But, yeah, Colonels, you said it can score anywhere on the field. They can score early. They can score often. And maybe ball control is a little overrated to put enough points. I mean, the name of the game is to score points, right?
Yeah, it is. And when we talk about scoring from anywhere on the field, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Stephen Peoples' performance last week at Galax. Early in the year, Altavista and Galax played a great ball game, a barn burner, and we saw the talent that Stephen Peoples from Galax had as a running back. He went for about 200 against Altavista, but that pales to what he did last week. Last week he set a state rushing record, 503 yards. I think he had 6 touchdowns on rushing and a couple more, one on his return and one on defense. So one-man show and just an unbelievable performance by Peoples last week.
Yeah, we had marveled at how good he was. What an outstanding athlete. We've seen a bunch of them all year, but he was obviously up there. And Stephen Peoples, impressive stuff against Altavista, and then up a whole nother notch last week, setting that state rushing record. And it looks like both teams are about ready to go. Colonel's special teams unit is out on the field. Chatham Cavaliers break their huddle again. And what we said, a cold night down here in Chatham, at least into the 30s and then maybe into the high 20s there before it's all said and done. We'll probably have the field cleared before that happens, but it's cold nonetheless.
Heavy frost expected tonight. Of course, that'll put a crimp in my golf game.
Exactly. And you're like a modern-day Sevi Ballesteros. You know, my friend Knox Higglers, he knows a lot about Sevi, but you're like Sevi, you know, walking around today. That's the great thing about you. You can get up and down on a trash can, I think. If your ball ended up in a press box, you find a way to get it up and down. Let's see what the Cavaliers' kicking game can do. Bailey Walton on to boot it away, and it's a squib kick. Hits the Colonel in front. It looks like the Cavaliers have it. It hit number 70, Tyler Koper. I don't think it was an intentional onside kick. It was just a line drive squib kick, Oscar. Bounced right off Koper and right into the hands of the Chatham Cavaliers. They're going to take over on their own 48-yard line. Wow, is all I can say.
Yeah, great field position, and that was a line drive shot. Chatham did recover quickly, and they're in business here at the 48-yard, their own 48.
Well, when you're one of those up guys on the kickoff, particularly that guy right in the middle like Kofer was, you got to be aware of it. Most coaches will tell you to try and get out of the way, but that's easier said than done when that rocket's coming right at you. R.J. Walton under center. He hands it to Smith, who is smothered in the backfield. Big hit right there by Ashton Robinson. Did not even get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 2.
Yeah, they're going to mark, you're exactly right. They're actually going to mark that at the 45-yard line. This is going to be a loss of 3. Great job by the Colonel's defense. Stuffing Smith on his first attempt.
Yeah, good penetration there by Ashton Robinson. Number 64, the senior, and the reigning homecoming king from Altavista. We'll see who gets crowned tonight for Chatham. But, yeah, Ashton knows a few things about doing well on homecoming, so maybe that's where that play came from. 2nd and 13, 11:23 to play in the first quarter. Handoff a little loose there. Now Walton's going to keep it. I meant the snap was a little loose. Walton got maybe a yard there on the quarterback keeper. Option play turned into just a straight keep. Got it. About a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage, Oscar. So we'll call it 3rd and 11 here. First chance for the Altavista defense to show what they can do on 3rd down. And hopefully get the ball back for the Colonels.
Yeah. They're going to call that, like I said, a gain of 2. Kyle, nice call. Got 2 of those back. Brings it 3rd and 11.
Wide receiver to each side and a tight end for Walton as he looks over the defense. Got a fullback and a tailback right behind him. Here's the snap, option play to the left. He pitches it to Smith. Smith has some room to run. He's past the 50-yard line, chased out around the 42. He's going to be close to that first down marker. It looks like this one official is giving him enough. And if they keep that spot right there, right at the 41-yard line of Altavista, that will be enough for a first down. It is. Official gives a single. Nice option play there. Sort of started out right. They reversed it back to the left. The pitch to Chiron Smith. He did the rest and had some good blocking outside.
Yeah, he did, and Darius Johnson had the opportunity to pin him in. He got outside of Darius. Nice pickup. Gain of 12. First down, Chatham.
Smith is the tailback again. Walton turns around, gives it to the first man through. That's the fullback. Got some room, and then he's brought down hard. Demetrius Johnson in on the stop. Juan Thornhill there as well. And then Clydell Moon, number 2, the people who cleaned it up for the Altavista Colonels. Michael Pritchett on that carry there. Gain of 2. 9:52 to play in the Apple Market first quarter. 0-0 our score from Chatham. 2nd and 7 on the way. Cavaliers have been in this I formation, 1 tight end, 2 wide receivers the entire time. Hard count, and looked like left tackle move for the Cavaliers, but the Colonels did have some guys jumping across the line as well, Oscar.
Yeah, Clydell Moon jumped initially, and I think that's what made the guard move, but they're going to call that a false start. They're going to mark off that 5-yard penalty, bring up 2nd and about 12, 13.
Yeah, 2nd and a long 12, if you will. I'm with you, though. I think the Colonels might have got a bit of a break there. It looked like Moon jumped across, and then that left tackle jumped. But, hey, we don't carry the flag, so what does it matter? Walton under center again. He'll turn, fakes the dive. Now he's going to keep it on the option play. Gets past the original first down marker, past the 38-yard line. He's brought down there by a host of Colonel defenders. Donovan Montague, one of the men in on that, Dante Poindexter as well. Pick up of about 4 or 5, and that'll make it 3rd and 8 now. 9:03 to play. So we talked about the ball control. It's happening already, Oscar. Cavaliers kick off to start the game, but essentially they get the first kickoff on the carom there on the squib kick. Now we're already under 9 minutes.
Yeah, they're continuing to drive the ball, and it's all been on the ground so far, nothing through the air. We've seen a couple plays up the middle, and they've run that option twice.
Walton under center again, same formation, I formation. It's going to be a toss play this time to Smith. Starts outside, thought about going inside, he's going to keep going outside, not a whole lot there. Colonel's running out of bounds, maybe even an extra shot there as he went out of bounds. Our angle's not the best up here. Dante Poindexter in on the stop, Demetrius Johnson, and the whole team was coming after that, Oscar.
Yeah, nice job by Demetrius Johnson of stringing that play out, and then Navy came down low and tried to push him back inside, and he tried to turn the corner on Navy, but not many people are going to be able to turn that corner on Navy.
Yeah, good stuff right there from the cornerback, Navy Jones. Smith was trying to go inside, he was trying to go outside, he was looking for holes somewhere, but it just wasn't there. Great defense by the Altavista Colonels on a big 3rd down stop. Malback's got his heels on about the 10-yard line to return the kick. Good spiral part of the way. It's going to go over Michi's head. He called for a fair catch, then he let it go wisely. It landed on about the 2-yard line, then went in the end zone. I think Michi thought, well, I'll just field it on the fair catch. Then he realized where he was and decided to let it go over his head. Smart play right there by number 1.
Absolutely heady play by Michi, and it was a great punt.
Yeah.
Tight spiral, really flew into the right. You said flew right to the 2-yard line. So great job by Chatham. Colonels take over on the 20-yard line. And I would say lucky that after that squib kick that Chatham recovered, that the Colonels didn't give up scores there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take your hat off to Coach Revis and his defense right there. It's obviously a bit of a bad break. You don't have any momentum when you lose the opening kickoff like that, but they weathered the storm. Bend but don't break again, made Chatham kick it away. Thornhill got the shotgun formation with the back to his left. He'll keep it himself right up the middle. He's got some room. Spinning around. Now he's hit by the entire Chatham team. Picked up about 8 or 9. He's close to that first down marker, Oscar, right there at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he was hit by the entire Chatham team and one official. truth be told, one of the officials was caught up in that scrum. Gain of 9. Nice first run by Juan.
Certainly don't envy the officials out there. The guy that has to stand right behind the linebackers right there, particularly on a play like that. Colonels, no huddle offense. Thornhill giving some signals after the signal from the sideline. He's got Destin Brown right behind him in the pistol formation. One tight end, that's Demetrius Johnson, 3 wide receivers. Second and about inches here. Turns, he's going to give it to Destin Brown. Brown bounces off his own lineman, and not much there. Hole was plugged up pretty good by the Cavaliers, and then their whole team gets in and on after that. Probably a loss of 1 or 2 right there by Destin.
Yeah, they're going to mark it as a loss of 1. It was a great job by Chatham. They anticipated that Destin was getting that call, and they stuffed it, like you said, for a loss of 1, bring up 3rd and 2.
7:15 to play. 0-0 our score from Chatham High School. Colonels on the road taking on the Cavaliers. Homecoming night for Chatham. First third down situation for the Altavista Colonels. 3rd and 1. Thornhill's got Brown right to his left. One tight end again still, 3 wide receivers. Thornhill taking his time looking over that defense. Now he gets ready for the shotgun snap, a little low. He had to scoop it up, and I think he's going to keep it himself. Looking to throw. Throws it up in the air, almost picked off. Boy, I think Juan was just trying to throw it away so he didn't lose the yards. It almost got intercepted, but it fell to the ground.
Yeah, that was he had trouble with the snap, and as he rolled out, the coverage was good. It looked like the defenders broke down, and Juan just tried to unload that ball, and it was deflected, almost intercepted.
Yeah, deflected, I think, a couple times there by the Cavaliers. Not exactly sure who Juan was intending that ball to go to. I think he may have just been trying to throw it away. Walker Allen on to punt now for the Altavista Colonels. Colonels in the tight punt formation. No wide guys out there to run down this kick. Sharon Smith to return for the Chatham Cavaliers. He stands on the 45-yard line. Colonel's taking a long time to get this punt off. There's a snap, and it's a good one. Not much of a rush by the Cavaliers. Allen kicks it away, and it's a good boot. Going to land on about the 42. Colonel's trying to run it down and down it. They do. I think they're going to spot this on about the 42-yard line, basically right where it landed. That's where Chatham will take over. 6:36 to play in the first quarter. Boy, if the game goes like this with no stoppages and both teams running the ball, Oscar, homecoming can be as long as it wants to be because this first quarter is only going to take about 12 minutes.
Yeah, we're 6:36 remaining with no score, and you're exactly right. With the exception of the really muff snap that forced Juan to throw the ball, clock continues to run pretty quickly.
Smith, the tailback again. R.J. Walton getting under center. Same formation. 1 tight end, 2 wide receivers. Fullback and a tailback. Option left. Pitches it to Smith. Darius Johnson is there. Had a hold of Smith, but then Smith ran out of it. Now here comes the whole Colonel team to clean him up. Give big credit right there to Darius Johnson for slowing Sharon Smith down enough. He didn't make the tackle, but he slowed him down enough that all those other Colonels were able to get off the blocks. Call that a loss of 2 for Chatham.
Yeah, that was a great pursuit. As he tried to turn back against the grain, there was just nothing there for him.
That was the play that Chatham picked up the 3rd down on earlier. So good sign there if you're a Colonel fan that Altavista was able to shut that down the second time around. Shotgun formation this time for the Chatham Cavaliers. They put a man in motion. That's Quadjay Witcher. They let him come around. They hand it to him on the wide receiver sweep. Dante Poindexter is there to shut it down. That was actually Rod Taylor on the wide receiver sweep. A play that we've seen the Colonels run a lot, Oscar. Maybe the Colonels had it well diagnosed. Dante Poindexter did anyway.
They're going to mark that as a 32. A loss of 7 on that play, Kyle. So last 2 plays, that loss of 10 yards for this Chatham team.
Yeah, 3rd and a short bus ride, as you would say. It's a bus ride, though, nonetheless. 3rd and 20-something. Looks like Cavaliers going to go from the shotgun again. Juan Thornhill, the safety for the Altavista Colonels. He's about 15 yards deep. Cornerbacks are giving the receivers some room. They're going to put Taylor in motion again all the way across the field. They let him go through the formation. Here comes toss play to Sharon Smith. Smith trying left sideline. Not a whole lot there. He got a small gain, but not nearly enough for the first down. And the Colonels look like they're going to take over after Chatham will punt it away.
Once again, great job by Darius Johnson not letting Smith get on the outside. Of course, they ran it to the short side of the field. Again, great job by Colonels limiting that to a 1-yard gain.
4:57 to play. Bezzetta on to punt now for the Chatham Cavaliers. Michi ball back deep again on the 35-yard line for the Altavista Colonels. This ball is going to land not near him. He's going to let it get away. Takes a good Chatham roll, though, and the Cavaliers will down on about the 29-yard line. Malbeck thought about running back over there and picking it up, but that wouldn't have been a good idea. And that's where Altavista will take over. Their own 29-yard line, left hash mark, 4:45 to play here in the Apple Market first quarter, Oscar. And you can hear about those specials at Apple Markets all game long. Gateway, Main Street, and Riverside in Altavista.
Yeah, we had a few technical difficulties before we came on the air, Kyle.
Yeah.
So, interesting night so far.
Well, it's been fun, though. You know, you got to keep it interesting. Clydell Moon looks like he's in the backfield this series with Juan Thornhill, this play anyway. One tight end again for the Altavista Colonels, 3 wide receivers. Thornhill's got Moon right behind him, Shotgun snap, he hands it to Clydell. Clydell goes left side, right behind left tackle there. Had some room to run, and then he stopped after about a 4-yard gain.
They're gonna mark that to 34, Kyle. Gain of 5 for Clydell on that play. Interesting that both these teams are really slugging it out here early, trying to fill each other out, trying to establish a ground game.
Yeah, and we, obviously Altavista likes to run. We knew that. We knew coming in that the Cavaliers like to run, so maybe not too much of a surprise here. I'm sure Altavista is going to go to the air sooner or later. Thornhill going to hand it to Clydell Moon. Moon's going to try right side. This time he's got some room. First down pickup. Nice low tackle right there by Victor Starling on the hit. That'll move the chains, though. Good run by Clydell Moon. Good blocking on that right side. It ran right behind number 73, Big Casey McLeese. McLeese cleared a nice hole for Moon to run behind.
Yeah, he did, and Clydell cut back a little bit off tackle, back inside on that play, and was able to pick up 7.
Destin Brown in the backfield again for the Altavista Colonels. He's 2 Juan Thornhill's left. 4 wide receivers this time for the Colonels. First time we've seen this formation. They put Maul back in motion. Flag comes out. Let's see who this is on. A couple of Chatham players clapping, and with good reason. The penalty is against Altavista, legal procedure there, so that'll make it 1st and 15. 3:42 to play in the first quarter. Still no score here from Chatham High School.
First penalty against the Colonels tonight, and we're 3:41 remaining here in the first quarter with no score. So that's an improvement from what we've seen so far this year.
Good point. And I know that was something that Coach Sharnis really has still been harping on his team about it, even after the Nelson game. I know he said, guys, we've still got to clean up some of these penalties. We just can't continue to do this. Same formation for the Colonels, except Moon back in at running back, and that is Destin Brown. He's right behind Juan Thornhill. Here comes the shotgun snap on 1st and 15. Juan starts right, goes left. Now he's shut down by Andrew Coder. Good tackle there. Juan gained about 1 or 2 maybe before the stop. Right there along the right hash mark. Colonel's going left to right from our vantage point.
And Chatham's done a good job against Juan so far tonight. Really against the whole Colonel's offense. They've run 8 plays so far with only 1 first down. So, 2:48, 2:47 remaining here in the first quarter with no score.
Well, Coach Sharner said he was concerned about the size. That size helps on defense, too. It's hard to make a hole against a bigger guy. Trips receivers to the right for the Colonels. Now they motion Davy Jones over to the left. Maybe a passing play to try and get him open. They do throw over to the left, but they get it to Demetrius Johnson. He drops it. That pass was never completed. Tough to tell. It was the far side of the field. Incomplete pass, though, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about 13 for the Altavista Colonels.
Yeah, they did that little wide receiver screen where the wide receiver drops back a couple yards. Navy Jones was in motion, went out to block against the corner that was covering Johnson. That play was blown up from the get-go. Nice job by Chatham on defense on that play.
Yeah, not a whole lot there. Even if Demetrius had caught the ball, he probably wasn't going to get much of a gain out of it unless he broke 1 or 2 tackles. 3rd down now. Thornhill getting the offense straight. 1 tight end to the right. Michi Malbeck is to the right as well. Running back right behind Juan. Let's see what the Colonels dial up here. Navy Jones in motion again. This time they fake the handoff. Juan rolling out to his left. Got a little bit of time, but he's got to scramble. Shakes off one would-be tackler. Throws it, and it's complete. I believe it's Demetrius Johnson over there on the left sideline, right at the 50-yard line. Still plowing his way ahead. Enough for the first down marker, and then a yard or 2 extra. Sticks were right at the 50, and that's where Demetrius caught it. Oscar, great play.
Yeah, and he was able to turn and get down to the 46-yard line. Nice job by Juan avoiding the rush. Had 2 receivers actually open, was able to throw a rope, completed to Demetrius, and first down for the Colonels.
A good play. They faked the run to the right, then Juan turns around from the defense, puts his back to the D, runs the bootleg to the left. Hard for a right-handed throw to roll left like that, but Juan Thornhill's such a great athlete. He makes it look pretty easy. Same formation. Juan Thornhill this time will hand it off to Clydell Moon. Moon's got some room right side. Brought down hard. The hole was there initially. Cavaliers made him stretch it out a bit. And he's brought down after a small gain, 3.5, 4 yards. Pritchett on the stop along with Ray Chiggets as well. Under 2 minutes to go now in the first quarter.
Yeah, nice job on the run, being able to get that yardage out on the edge. Mitchie Malbeck was the defender shed his block and was able to make the play on Clydell. Easy for me to say.
Well, you know how it is. Bunch formation this time for the Altavista Colonels. Actually, it's that overload formation. Running back right behind Juan Thornhill. They're going to throw it out to Mitchie Malbeck. That ball hit the ground, but I think it might have been, wow, that pass might have been backwards and have been hit the ground when it should have just been a live ball. Whistles do come out, though, so they'll just call that an incomplete pass. Michi's not happy about it. I don't know if he's not happy about the call or about the pass getting to him on the ground, or just the fact that the Colonels didn't gain yards.
But the Colonels really got a break on that. That play looked like it could have been a backwards pass, a lateral. It was close. Certainly, I don't know that it was forward. It might have been parallel.
Right.
By definition, be a lateral, but anyway.
Yep. Third down on the way for the Altavista Colonels. Offense continues to be a little sluggish. They picked up some yards here and there and had some good plays, but not the normal high-powered Colonel offense we've seen. Moon right beside Juan Thornhill. Juan barking out some last signals. Here comes the shotgun snap. Colonels went with the hard count, and it was effective. Chatham jumped offside. This should be a penalty on the Cavaliers.
Well, again, we've seen Juan do that game in and game out 2-3 times a game. Continues to be successful for the Colonels. That brings a 3rd and 7 or 8 down to a 4th and 2.
Yep. Smart play right there by the Altavista Colonels. Juan Thornhill, we've always mentioned how good he is at that hard count. And you got to give the other 10 guys a lot of credit, too, because they weren't moving either. 3rd and 1:31 to play in the first quarter. 0-0 still to score. Altavista trying to get the formation straight. Demetrius Johnson initially went left. Now they move him over to the right. He's in at a wing spot. 4 wide receivers, if you will. Here comes the snap. They hand it to Moon. No, Juan Thornhill's going to keep it. He's got a lot enough. He's got a lot for the first down, a lot more. Across the 20, across the 10, looking for the end zone. Thornhill dives. Flag comes out. No signal on the touchdown. Looks like he got run out around the 4-yard line.
And that was down at a one-on-one play with a defender and Juan, so it's either going to be a face mask or a horse collar one.
Yep. Yeah, this is going to go against Chatham, and it's going to end up making a bit of a difference. If you got run out at the 3, they're going to put it on the 1.5-yard line. It'll be half the distance. Big pickup there on 4th down by Juan Thornhill. I got tongue-tied. I usually don't do that when Juan takes off. Usually I'm pretty good, but call it a face mask. So, yeah, let's see where this ball is finally spotted. Probably going to be first and goal from about the 1-yard line. Colonel's knocking on the door here, Oscar.
Yeah, nice run by Juan. He was able to get into that secondary, made a corner, headed for that pylon, was not quite able to get there.
Juan's going to get under center. They switch the formation. They got 2 tight ends to the left, and Clydell Moon as well. Now they're going to send everybody over there to the left. Thornhill takes off, pitches it to Mitchie Malbeck. Malbeck, not a lot there. He got strung out of bounds. He's not out of bounds yet, but he's heading that way, and the Cavaliers with a big hit right there on the sideline. Wow, Colonels motioned everybody over there to the left, Oscar, and it looked like, they were going to have a mismatch. It ended up, I guess Chatham knew the play was going that way, and they flooded everybody over there as well. Big-time loss right here. Yeah, they're lost of at least 9.
Yeah, they're going to mark that at about the 10-yard line. Back behind that, you're right, they're going to mark that around the 11 or 12-yard line, so going to call it a loss of 9.
Michi just did not have anywhere to go. Good play by the contained man. I think it was the cornerback over there on that far side from us. Under a minute to play, under 40 seconds, and now it looks like a timeout by the Colonels. They want to talk things over here on this 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. We'll talk things over as well with a timeout. 0-0 score here late in the first quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
Auto Glass is your windshield repair and replacement center in Lynchburg. You get a free car wash with all windshields replaced in the shop. Apple Auto Glass wants the fans to enjoy the boys of fall this high school football season.
When I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass, I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pad. Kings of the school, man, where the boys of fall.
Apple Auto Glass salutes the boys of fall.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Award-winning high school football here on 105.5 KD Country. Colonels and Cavs, 0-0 still our score from Chatham High School here, Altavista. Took a time out there to discuss some things, Oscar. I don't know if it was just that play in particular. Maybe it was the whole way the first quarter is going in general.
Yeah, I think you're right. And they tried to bounce Michi outside. Chatham was all over that. They had containment on him. They've seen that play before.
35 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Colonel's going back to the shotgun. Thornhill going to roll to his right. Had a bunch formation over there. Juan scanning the field. Pump fakes. Now he wants to take off and run. Thrown down. Good defense again by the Colonels. This will go as another loss. About one or two. Boy, we heard about the Chatham offense and how they can run the football and how they're going to come right at you and pound you. Maybe we didn't give this Chatham defense enough credit because this is about as, I don't want to say as bad as the Colonels have looked, but at least as many plays as they've had for a loss this early.
When you got to remember that this Chatham team's also the same Chatham team that had a 13-7 Dan Rivers score at the half, so they're certainly capable on defense.
That's exactly right. Corner runs out there after the sack. Colonels will come back after the break. Still have third and goal, but it'll be from about the 14-yard line. We'll be back 0-0 our score here at the end of the first quarter from Chatham High School on 105.5 KD Country.
Tonight's game is brought to you by these members of the KD Country Sports Club.
Steve Farmer Auto Sales, where there's always a good selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, priced right, financing available. Steve Farmer Auto Sales, 1112 Main Street.
Aubrey Rosser Law Firm, Altavista. First choice for any and all legal advice. Services go way beyond court trials and settlements.
Diane's Hair Creations in Altavista, creating hairstyles for every lifestyle. 283-1111. That's 283-1111.
El Cerrito, Altavista. Throw on a sombrero. Shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only at El Cerrito.
Shop Main Street Trading Company, Altavista, where quality and affordability go hand in hand.
Sharky's Pest Control in Hurt. Let Tony take a bite out of your pest control needs. Doing business the old-fashioned way to keep you coming back.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Start of the second quarter here on 105.5 KD Country. Third and goal from about the 13-yard line. Thornhill takes the waist-high snap, rolling to his left, wants to throw, looking in the end zone. He's got Maul back open, complete right there at the doorstep, and Michi gets it in the end zone. Michi caught it on about the 1 or the 2, Oscar, and it looked like Chatham might have a chance to stop him, but Michi just too quick. Touchdown, Colonels. Thornhill to Maul back. 6-0. Walker Allen on to try the extra point. So all that stuff we said about the Colonels starting slow, well, they still started slow. They didn't score until the second quarter, but they do have a 6-0 lead.
Nicely designed play. Michi was out wide to the left, broke all the way across the end zone. One rolled left, threw back right, wide open.
Yeah, well, like you said, well-designed play. Everything going to the left. And then Michi sneaks back out to the right. Here's the snap. Goodwin gets on the block. Good kick by Walker Allen, and it is good through the uprights. Lands on the baseball field there beyond the goalpost. Colonels lead 7-0. Timeout here with 11:52 to play in the second quarter on 105.5 KD Country. 7-0 Colonels lead after the Juan Thornhill touchdown pass to Michi Maul. That's about a 13-yarder, Oscar, and the Colonels did a nice job on defense, and there's a long drive. I mentioned they hadn't had very many of those, but they do have one now.
14 plays, 71 yards, Kyle, and we talked about that. That's certainly the longest scoring drive that the Colonels have had all year. Started at their own 29 after the Chatham punt. 11:52 here remaining in the second quarter. Colonels lead 7-0.
And there was some loss of yardage in there, too. The Chatham defense looked pretty good at times on that drive, but, boy, guys like Thornhill and Maulback, just tough to deny them repeatedly. I mean, you can stop them every now and then, but you don't get a stop in those initial 3 downs. You're going to be in trouble if they get 5, 6, 7, in this case 14 plays on a scoring drive.
Well, that's right. And you look at the first half stats, and the Colonels dominated really 66 yards to 5, yet here it is. They really barely scored here right going into the second quarter.
I don't know if they hadn't scored in the first quarter previously to this one, but they didn't score in the first quarter here tonight. Quadjay Witcher on the return. Then he's thrown down talking about the 28-yard line there. Decent return. He fielded it on about the 5. It was a good kick from Walker Allen. And go ahead.
We do know that the Appomattox score was 0-0.
Good point. Correct. Good point. Good point. You got me there. Well, you didn't get me there. I was pleading to you for information. You know my memory comes and goes from time to time.
Wait a minute. What were we talking about?
You ever have deja vu? Didn't you just say that? Yes. 7-0. Colonels lead, 11:44. Chatham will scrimmage, right hash mark, their own 29-yard line. Walton under center again. Smith in the tailback spot. Colonels have 4 down linemen. They turn and give it to Smith. Smith's got some room up the middle. He's running hard, hit hard, shoulder high tackle by Juan Thornhill. Then Juan just had to hold on. Also got some help from Darius Johnson. This should be enough for a first down, though. Ball spotted right there at the 40. They'll call it an 11-yard pickup for Chiron Smith and the Cavaliers.
Yeah, gain of 11. Nice run by Smith, right up the middle, right into the heart of that Colonel defense.
Well, and we've mentioned the size that the Cavaliers have, but you know that they can run it, and they can run it up the middle when they do choose to run it, just based on that size alone.
Of course, the Colonel's coming off that long drive. The offense was on the field a long time, but most of these players go both ways.
Exactly. Give it right up the gut. I think it's actually a quarterback keeper for R.J. Walton. Andrew Coder doing some blocking downfield, and a flag comes out. I don't think that was on the extracurriculars from Coder, who was blocking Juan Thornhill. This flag's a little further back. Let's see what this is. Cavaliers clapping, so it's a face mask on the Altavista Colonels. It's just a 7-yard pickup on the quarterback sneak, but this will add some to it. Let's see where they finally step it off. And they're going to spot this on the 46-yard line of Altavista. So Cavaliers, just a 5-yard face mask penalty, variety. Under 11 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Chatham with a fresh set of downs, middle of the field. I formation again, 1 tight end, fullback and a tailback. A little bit of old school football tonight from the Cavaliers. Walton's going to try the option play. Shakes off 1 tackle. Now he's going right up the gut for big yards. Finally brought down at the 27-yard line. Big gain by the Cavaliers, though. Navy Jones in on the stop along with Darius Johnson.
Boy, you wonder how Chatham was going to respond to this score by Colonels. They have responded quickly and loud. A nice run again by Chatham. They're going to mark that back at the 28 now, Kyle. It's still a gain of 18.
I don't want to say, buckle your seatbelts just yet or anything, but it looks like this is shaping up the way of the Gretna game and the Appomattox game, where we could see a lot of back and forth and both teams doing their damage on the offensive end. I formation again from the Cavaliers, and it looks like they went with a hard count. It looks like the Colonels have jumped, so that'll be another penalty on Altavista. 2 in the last 3 plays. It is offsides on Altavista. Make it 1st and 5. And, boy, things right now not going the way the Colonels fans would like them at all.
Well, the Colonels in the first quarter, the Colonels and Cavaliers, of course, battled it out, very conservative, and here in the second quarter, things are unraveling quickly for the Colonels after that score. Great drive here by Chatham.
See if the defense can make another stand. Altavista's done a lot of bend, but don't break the defense this year. This might be no exception. Straight ahead, off tackle, play to Chiron Smith. Boy, he got those legs going fast and gained some yards, and then he sort of slowed down looking for some space. Wasn't any there. Altavista closed quickly. Pick up of about 2 or 3, though, and it should bring up about 2nd and 1.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Smith, being able to get on that edge. Did continue to drive. He's a little bit shy of the 20-yard line. It does bring up 2nd down and 2.
9:35 to play. Altavista leading 7-0. 13-yard Juan Thornhill to Michi Malback pass. The only scoring we've had so far tonight, that came in the first moments of the second quarter. R.J. Walton going to get under center again for the Cavaliers. Same formation, I formation with 1 tight end. He's going to go straight ahead on the quarterback keeper again. Boy, he got tripped up, but there was nobody between him and the end zone, Oscar. I think great surge by the O-line.
Yeah, not to step on you, but I think it was a pesky 15-yard line. I think they anticipated contact. He was leaning forward. There was nobody there.
Yeah, that's a break for the Altavista Colonels, to say the least. He either tripped on the 15-yard line or tripped on somebody's foot, because he just started out on the quarterback sneak. And, normally on the quarterback sneak, you get in behind one of your linemen. I think he just went in the hole between center and guard and just took off.
Nobody there.
Yep. 8:51 to play. Chatham driving here. Fresh set of downs from the 14-yard line. Going to try it again. Quarterback keeper. This time he stuffed up, but he does gain about 2 or 3 yards. Hard running from R.J. Walton. Dante Poindexter, probably the first guy in on the stop, and then everybody else was there as well. Wayne Short in on that stop as well, Oscar.
Yes, it's still a gain of 4 on that play, so he got it inside the 10-yard line. The quarterback sneak's working well so far.
Yep, Matt Lane jogging off the field now for the Altavista Colonels. We're seeing the Colonels run a lot of guys in on that defensive line, Oscar, because, you know, when you're undersized, you can fight against a bigger guy for a while, but it's going to wear you out a lot quicker. So I think that might be a theme for Coach Revis and his defense. He's going to mix and match some guys on that D-line. Chatham wants to take a timeout to talk over their offensive play. We'll take it with them. Colonels lead 7-0, 8:08 to play here in the first half on 105.5 KD Country.
Installing Atrium vinyl replacement windows is like an investment in your home that can begin to pay dividends right away. You can save up to 30% or more on your home's heating and cooling costs. Add to your home's equity and add to its value by upgrading its looks and energy efficiency. Custom crafted Atrium vinyl replacement windows. Invest in your home's future with English's.
English's is your complete home center.
Business 29 Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
7-0 Altavista leads, but the Chatham Cavaliers are driving here. Knocking on the doorstep with 8:08 to play here in the Apple Market second quarter. And let's see, I mentioned the Altavista defense had been good at the bend but don't break thing, Oscar, but they're really going to have to get good at it quick here if they want to stop Chatham.
Yeah, Chatham's shown a lot of that size and power up front.
Same formation, I formation, 1 tight end, 2 receivers, and it looks like Altavista may have jumped again. Let's see if this one might be on Chatham, though. And the Cavaliers do look like they're headed backwards. There's a false start on Chatham. That means the ball will make its way back to about the 15-yard line, about 2nd and 11 now.
They can get a first down. Chatham can get a first down without scoring, so that's important to note as well.
Yeah, right there at the 4-yard line. Left hash mark is where the Cavaliers will scrimmage from. Far hash mark from us. R.J. Walton looking over the defense in that same offensive formation. I formation for the Cavs. And referees stop play again. Whistles come out, and it's another Chatham timeout. So that's a little odd, and Coach Paul Greck is obviously not liking the things his offense is doing right now. We'll take another timeout. Colonels lead 7-0, 8:08 to play here on 105.5 KD Country.
Have you looked at your business banking fees lately? I'm Sean Stone with First National Bank, and we have the best business accounts which offer serious savings for your company. We have a full menu of business products from checking accounts and remote deposit capture to online banking. And we have a local merchant card representative who will customize services just for your business. So let First National Bank prepare an analysis of your current activity and show how we will reduce your banking fees. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
51 years of award-winning coverage on WKDE. Chatham ready to go after a couple timeouts. First passing play of the game, and it's completed. Right sideline caught by Rod Taylor. Ball kind of floated up in the air by R.J. Walton. Easy for me to say. See where they spot it. Only about a 2-yard pickup. It was one of those quick spot passes, Oscar. The ball took a long time getting over there, and Altavista was really able to blow that play up. Navy Jones on the stop.
Yeah, it was, and you got to wonder if Coach Greco's is pleased with 2 timeouts to get a 1-yard gain.
Yeah. We called the first timeout with 8:08 to play. 5-yard penalty on the illegal procedure. Called another timeout. Then they finally run a play there, and it's a 2-yard passing play. Shotgun formation. Now, this time by the Cavaliers on 3rd down. Walton back to pass, gets his feet set. Now he's got to get rid of it early. Threw it over the middle. A lot of traffic there. Looked like he might have had Bobby Walker open momentarily, but ball falls incomplete. And it looks like Chatham's trotting out the field goal unit.
Well, he did have Walker going across the middle, Walton going across the middle, but the problem was the offensive lineman was there, Coder was there, and really shielded the receiver from catching that ball.
Field goal attempt by the Cavaliers. Looks like about a 29-yarder. And it's Bailey Walton in on the kick, left-footed kicker. Ball gets back on the block. It's up. It's certainly high enough. It's long enough, and it's good. Snuck it inside, up right there, Oscar. So good kick by Chatham. They come away with some points. Bend but don't break defense for Altavista. I'd put a check beside that on that drive. Pretty successful there. We'll take a timeout before the kickoff. Colonels lead, but the lead has been cut into. 7-3 Altavista advantage right now with 7:17 to play on 105.5 KD Country.
Stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, on the ready to keep you comfortable year-round. Locally owned and operated, just a call away with over 20 years experience. Licensed and bonded, Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, specializing in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical, any season, anytime. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Give them a call today. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, Gretna.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Back here from Chatham High School. Colonels lead 7-3. Not our finest hour all the way around, Oscar, as we were talking to Dick during the break there, but we're having fun anyway.
Yeah, we are. We always feel welcome when we come down here to Chatham.
That's exactly right. Walton kicks away. It lands on about the 20-yard line. Michi Malbeck takes it on one hop. He's going right up the gut, and he's got some blockers. Got hit hard. Drops on about the 42-yard line, but boy, nice return by Michi Malbeck. It's going to give Altavista a very good starting field position, something that they're never going to turn down, Oscar, but something that a lot of times this year they haven't really needed the field position.
Well, I'm going to take difference to what you said. You said Michi was hit hard. Michi actually just slammed into the pile. So I say Michi did the punishment on that.
You're probably right. Michi got going full speed and just sort of pinballed around in there for a brief moment. 7:09 to play in the second quarter. Colonels lead by 4. Shotgun formation. Looks like Destin Brown lined up right behind Juan Thornhill. Here comes the shotgun snap, a little low. He hands it to Destin. Destin's got some room up the middle. Got a man around his waist, and now he's brought down after a 4-yard gain. Good hard running from Destin Brown right up the gut that time.
Yeah, nice to see Destin really lower his shoulder on that play. We saw him against Nelson last week after sitting out a game for a shoulder injury, but he lowered that shoulder that time and pulled his way into the pile. Good to see Destin running hard again.
Actually ended up giving him about 5. A good spot there for the Altavista Colonels. Thornhill getting the play straight. They've got Dante Poindexter in the backfield as a blocking back, about a yard right behind the offensive line. And Thornhill is about 4 yards behind that O-line. Turns and hands it to Destin Brown again. Brown lowering his shoulders. Got enough for the first down. He's hit around the 45-yard line. Now Chatham gets in on the stop. Zach Lax, I believe, with the initial hit and then the takedown. He had some help there as well. Good hard running again by Destin Brown. He gets going full speed, and then, like you said, he lowers that shoulder.
And he's really driving his legs. Again, he looks healthy for the first time since that Gretna game.
We know certainly what Destin is capable of. An explosive back, hard hitter as well. Very good on the defensive end, too. Thornhill's got Moon now in beside him. Clydell Moon to his right. Michi Malbeck in the slot to the left. They put Michi in motion. Here comes the snap. They hand it to number 1 on the wide receiver sweep. Michi cuts it up. Ended up running that alley right there between the hash marks and the numbers. He's brought down after a small gain. Looks like Andrew Coder in on stop. Shiron Smith and Ray Jiggett as well. They give Michi 2. Well, 1.5 we'll call it. 5:40 to play in the Apple Market second quarter, Oscar. Colonels lead 7-3.
Yeah, what a luxury you have if you bring Destin Brown out and you run Clydell Moon in.
And then you can hand it to guys in the slot like Tenavis Jones and Michi Malbeck. I mean, it's again, we talked about all the weapons that Altavista has. There's plenty to go around, only one ball to feed all those mouths. So give it to Clydell Moon. Moon goes right behind Ashton Robinson, left guard. Hit hard there. Looks like Andrew Coder getting up off the pile again. Another stop for that D lineman for the Chatham Cavaliers.
Brings up 3rd and 5, and again, nice job by the Chatham front line being able to stop the Colonels and keep them in that 3rd and 5 yardage. Colonels have been in several times tonight.
Yeah, and I would think maybe it's 4-down territory for Altavista, wouldn't you, Oscar? I mean, they're out of walk or out in field goal range probably, but a punt might go in the end zone.
I don't think so. Given the way Chatham drove the ball last time, I think they'll make a long field for them if they don't get this first down.
Yeah, duly noted right there. Thornhill, shotgun formation. Fakes the run, now he wants to pass. Looking, he's got Demetrius Johnson for the catch. Demetrius' second catch of the night. Brought down on the 30-yard line. That's more than enough for a first down. Great pickup right there. They fake the run. Again, Thornhill spins around. Demetrius Johnson's wide open with a lot of green space to run. Big first down pickup.
Another nicely designed play as the Colonels had the flow of that going the other way. It left Johnson open. Nice deception by Juan on that handoff as well.
Yeah, very good play fake right there. He sold it. That held the Chatham defense, and that allowed Demetrius Johnson to sneak out there. Fresh set of downs. 29-yard line, left hash mark. Colonel's driving now. 4:11 to play in the first half. Thornhill looking over that D again. Puts Navy Jones in motion. They snap it, fake it to Navy. Thornhill's going to follow Ashton Robinson on the pull. Runs out of one tackle, but he never could quite get his footing there. Going to go as a loss of about 1. Blocking looked okay, but there was some penetration there by the Cavaliers.
Yeah, we've seen, that was a shoestring tackle. More often than not, we see Juan break that, but not tonight. Nice job by Chatham bringing him down. They're going to mark that as a loss of really almost 2.
Yeah, it ends up being about a 2-yard loss there. Thornhill probably, if he can break that initial tackle there, really the only guy that had a chance to tackle him for Chatham. It's going to be a big pickup, perhaps even a first down. Colonels, 3 wide receivers. Poindexter in the backfield again as a blocking back. They turn, they hit it to Dustin Brown. Brown's got some room right up the middle. Got a man on his jersey trying to run out of that tackle. Still on his feet. Now he's finally brought down. I think that was Andrew Coder again, was the guy that had the old handcuff job on the jersey. And it's a good thing he did because Dustin Brown had an intention to get in the end zone, Oscar.
Well, yes, he did, and he showed everything that we've called Dustin Brown over the last couple of years. We saw his speed hitting the hole. We saw his strength as he drug Coder, who's not a small kid. Coder's a senior. He's got to go 6'4", probably 6'2", maybe 240, 250. Big kid.
Yeah, he's made a bunch of tackles and a couple touchdown-saving tackles as well. Colonel's fresh set of downs from the 15-yard line. Shotgun snap is chest high to Juan Thornhill. Give it to Dustin Brown again. Brown bouncing off some guys. Good lead blocking by Dante Poindexter. Pickup of about 5 or 6 on the play.
It's a difficult angle to see where they're going to spot the ball, but they're going to mark it right up inside the 10. Good call, Kyle. Gain of 5 on that play.
2:29 to play here in the first half, and boy, this might work out well for the Colonels, Oscar, if they can run this clock down a little bit. Make Chatham have to go to the locker room down 14-3. That would certainly not be the momentum Coach Paul Grekus wants his team to take in the locker room, and obviously just the opposite for Coach Sharness and the Colonels. Dante Poindexter still in the game as a blocking back. Clydell Moon right behind Juan. Juan's going to turn and hand it to Moon. Moon went up the middle, then tried left side. Not a whole bunch there. Might have picked up 1. Picked up more than 1. He picked up 5 is what Oscar's telling me.
They picked up right 4. They're going to mark that right at the 6-yard line. Nice job by Clydell.
They don't have the best angle over here. And we already discussed that we're struggling here tonight a little bit.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It was a pickup of about 3 or 4 there. Oscar was right. They gave Moon a little extra progress there after the hit. That's what it was. 3rd and 1 for the Altavista Colonels from about the 6-yard line. They can get a first down, obviously, but they're knocking on the door of the end zone as well. Shotgun formation. Moon right behind Juan Thornhill again. Snap is good. He fakes it to Moon. Juan's going to keep it himself. Trying the outside. Not a whole lot there. Bunch of black jerseys. Juan Thornhill just ran through all of them. Juan Thornhill, you talk about a play, Oscar. He didn't have much blocking. He didn't have much room. He just sort of split 5 defenders.
No, it was 5 on 1, and the 1 was Juan Thornhill.
Wow.
And he showed elusiveness. He showed strength.
Well,
a little extracurricular maybe going on there.
I'll tell you, I don't know how Juan Thornhill cut through all those black jerseys, but he did. I guess 5-on-1 odds aren't bad when you have the right one. In this case, it's Juan Thornhill. Still some talking going on. Officials are talking some things over. It is a touchdown for the Altavista Colonels. 13-3, extra point on the way. Let's see if there's a penalty or not.
Yeah, there certainly is.
Yeah, it's going to be offsetting penalties, on sportsmanlike conduct on both ball clubs. So they'll negate each other, and the Colonels will try the extra point from the same place they normally do. Juan Thornhill retrieving the block and giving it to Walker Allen so he can put it down. Another touchdown run from Juan Thornhill that's just unbelievable. 6-yard variety this time for number 11, the junior for the Altavista Colonels.
And, you know, we saw the extracurricular last year against these two teams. Very competitive teams.
Yep. They're getting after each other out there. Good hard-nosed football on a cold October night. Here's the long snap. It gets back to the block. Juan with a good hold. And Walker Allen's kick is good. 14-3. Altavista Colonels stretch out their lead. Minute and 15 seconds until halftime on 105.5 KD Country.
High school athletics builds character, teaches teamwork, and provides a solid foundation for life. PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this sports broadcast for your enjoyment. PCM Industrial Services encourages everyone to come on out and watch the game. It's a great time for the whole family. Cheer on the Colonels. PCM Industrial Services, the industrial maintenance and construction specialists, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality craftsmen since 1986. Good luck, Colonels.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Live from Chatham High School. Colonels lead 14-3, 1:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Nice drive by Altavista on that play. Started up their own 43 after the nice return from Mickey Malbeck. 10 plays for the Colonels, Kyle. So we talked about them being able to score quickly. Here we are, a 14-play drive followed up by a 10-play drive. Great job by the Colonels. Again, 1:15 remaining. Colonels lead 14-3.
Yeah, I'm getting all choked up just thinking about that long drive the Colonels had. We talked about the 1 and 2 and 3-play drives that they were putting together a lot this year. This time it's a 10-yard drive, and before that was a long one as well. Walker Allen, perfect 2 for 2 on the kicks tonight. And Juan Thornhill's added another 2 touchdowns to his credit, 1 rushing right there, and then the passing before that. See if the Cavaliers can respond here before halftime. Not, I don't want to say not a great passing team, but they're a run-oriented team, let's put it that way. So it may be tough for Chatham to get something going here in this last minute and 15 seconds.
Well, that's right, and again, we did mention it was homecoming night here in Chatham, and, I don't mind homecoming activity.
Sometimes the homecoming activities are pretty good. Sometimes you just have to take the long way home. Sometimes there's incidents going on as well. Here's the kick. It's a high one by Walker Allen. Filling about the 21-yard line by Quajay Witcher. Witcher's got a nice return going. Gets it to the 36 or the 37. And that's where Chatham will start over. Right hash mark. Minute 10 seconds left. So not that they don't have time. They do only have 1 timeout. Remember they called the 2 back-to-back earlier when they were knocking on the doorstep, the drive that led to the field goal for Chatham. So you do have to be aware of that. I don't think it's one of those pass-only situations. You can still run the ball here, but you got to be careful.
Certainly the way that Chatham ran the ball that last drive, they were able to pick up 7, 8, 9 yards a pop. They can get in field goal range.
Yep. Whistle comes out. It looks like Altavista has taken a timeout. Let's take it with them. They lead 14-3, just over a minute to play and a half here on 105.5 KD Country.
The following is brought to you by English Construction Company.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
51 years of outstanding high school sports coverage on 105.5 KD Country. Colonels lead 14-3 here at Chatham. We're getting ready for the halftime festivities, but we're not there yet. Chatham's got a chance with 1:10 left. And let's be honest here, Oscar. If Chatham's not careful and they don't get a first down, the Colonels have another timeout left. They just took their second one. Possibility that Altavista could get the ball back before halftime. Shotgun formation this time. R.J. Walton takes the snap, hands the shot on Smith. Smith sifting his way through the defense. Not a lot there. Claudel Moon in on the stop, along with Clay Teagarden and Wayne Short again in on the stop. Call it a 2-yard pickup.
Short getting a little bit more playing time tonight than we've seen. Doing a good job tonight. We've had called his name on 3 different tackles.
Absolutely. We mentioned that defensive line is going to be pressured. Option play to the right here. Walton thought about pitching. Now he wants to keep it. Dragging a couple tacklers with him. Let's see see who he had on his back. Demetrius Johnson on the stop. That wasn't the guy he was dragging. It was number 44, Dante Poindexter. Not so many guys can drag Dante Poindexter behind.
The clock continues to run, Kyle. 30 seconds.
Quarterback sneak again. This time Walton not nearly as successful, but on second effort he picks up the first down. That'll stop the clock while they move the chains. 20 seconds left. Got brought down at about the 48-yard line. So Cavs still have a long way to go here with just 20 seconds left. See what Walton's got in mind. Under center very quickly. There's the snap, and he spikes it. 3 seconds run off the clock. And now the entire team will come over here and get a play from Coach Paul Grekus. It's not a timeout. It's just a spike. And now it looks like Coach Paul Grekus is going to call a timeout. So we'll take it with 17 seconds left in the half. 14-3, Altavista lead. Timeout on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
That's right. A short drive can save you hundreds, maybe thousands. The absolute best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Have a trade? When you make a deal, Feller Chevrolet will pay it off, no matter how much you owe. Slow credit? Don't worry. Drive away today in your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, if you didn't purchase your vehicle from Feller Chevrolet, you paid too much for it.
Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
14-3, Altavista leads. Just 17 seconds left. Boy, I haven't had this much fun since breakfast off. It really is a lot of fun.
It has been a fun ball game tonight.
Looks like 5 wide receivers for the Chatham Cavaliers here. Empty backfield. R.J. Walton in the shotgun. Thornhill and the rest of the secondary backing up a little bit. And you know on passing plays that they love to get their hands on the football. Big rush coming. Football is out. It's recovered by Ashton Robinson. He was hit hard by Darius Johnson. Ashton Robinson picked up the fumble. Colonels are in business here with 10 seconds left, Oscar. Big-time sack and then fumble by Altavista. Ashton Robinson on the recovery.
You talking about hit hard? He was leveled. He never saw him coming. And Johnson unloaded on him. He didn't launch, but he certainly unloaded on him.
He hit him hard, and the football came out. Ashton Robinson was there to scoop it up. Well, let's see. I mean, you could be conservative if you wanted to here, Oscar, but I got a feeling Altavista is going to take a look at the end zone if they can.
No, I agree. I don't think you're conservative here at all. With 10 seconds left, you still got, I think the Colonels had one timeout.
They do have a timeout, yep. So you could conceivably run a passing play, get yourself to around the 20, maybe bring out Walker Allen for a field goal, or just try to throw it to the end zone again. Thornhill's going to empty the backfield. You move Destin Brown out of it. Passing play. Juan dropping back. Blocking is very good. Juan looking for the end zone. Nice tight spiral. It's up. Turned into a Hail Mary play. That ball's bouncing around, and it finally falls to the ground. Boy, a bunch of guys got their hands on that one. That ball hit an Altavista player, hit a couple of Chatham players. I think that's a glove there in the backfield. It looked like a flag momentarily. But I will say this, we have 1.5 seconds left, so Altavista can try the whole thing over again one more time if they wish.
Yeah, and again, I'm still determined if that is a flag or whatever. If I'm Coach Shorn, if I'm telling you what I'm doing this play, I put Juan out wide as well, and put Donovan in and let him throw the ball to the end zone. Let Juan use his elevation.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah, Altavista is going to take a timeout. Let's just keep it here since we've taken timeouts a bunch here in just the last few moments, and halftime's on the way in 1.5 seconds. Anyway, excuse me. Let's get back to your point, though, for a second there. Not the worst idea in the world. We know Donovan Montague can throw the football. He's obviously comfortable throwing the football. We saw that in the Galax game. And you mentioned, Juan Thornhill's probably one of the better athletes you're ever going to see on a high school football field. Yeah, maybe you send him out, let him go up and try and get after that football a little bit. Certainly not a crazy idea.
1.5 seconds left. Donovan can certainly put it in the end zone easily. And you've got Thornhill, Darius, Demetrius. Those three kids can get up with anybody in the district, almost with anybody in the state.
Right. And the other option that you have is you don't have to throw it to the end zone because Chatham obviously is going to be dropping guys back deep, preventing the long pass play. You can throw the shorter pass play and just try and run to the end zone because when you have guys like Navy Jones and Beachy Mall back, now we've mentioned every receiver on the team, I think. When you have those guys like that have the speed and have the move, sometimes you give them a little open space, and that's an easier way to get in the end zone than just launching it there. Juan's going to pass again. Rolls out to his right. Here comes the rush. He's going to step up to avoid one guy. Hasn't crossed over the line yet, although he was close. Ball's up in the end zone again. He's got the distance. I think it's intercepted by Chatham. Quadjay Witcher on the pick. Touchback in the end zone. Flag did come out. Juan was probably over the line. Chatham's just going to decline this. They got the interception anyway. They're going to take it to halftime. No need in making Altavista run another play. Penalty is declined, so we finally are at halftime. It looked like we're going to get there quick. Then things slowed down in the second quarter. Business picked up for the Colonels, though. They scored twice, and they lead 14-3. Subway halftime show on the way right after this timeout on 105.5 KD Country.
Check out the new specials from your Apple Markets. Red Bull 4-packs, now $4.99. Ruffles potato chips for $3.49 a bag. And Jack Link's jerky, $4.99. And Resource Water, 700 milliliters, buy one, get one free. At all Apple Market locations, Riverside, Gateway, and Main Street in Altavista. Visit the Apple Market's convenience stores today.
Man, it's cold in here. What's wrong with your heater?
Well, it used to work pretty good.
Back in the 90s, just call Select Air and get it fixed.
Oh, it'll probably cost a lot of money.
No, it won't, because Donnie will give you a fair price and get it done right the first time.
Maybe I'll call Select Air tomorrow.
No, you will call Select Air today, because it's freezing in here.
Select Air, 841-1580. 841-1580. Online at selectair.webs.com.
In the past century, our community has grown, and Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service has grown too, alongside the families they've known for so long. Finch & Finch is proud to have served you over 100 years. A family business, Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, dedicated to your service.
Finch and Finch Funeral Homes. We're here because we care.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show here from Chatham High School finds the Altavista Colonels leading 14-3, courtesy of a Juan Thornhill passing touchdown to Mitri Malbeck, and then a Juan Thornhill rushing touchdown. Oscar, what else is new there? I guess I've talked to Coach Sharnison's pregame show about Juan, and boy, it seems like he just continues to get better and better.
Yeah, it does, and I think the things that are new is both those drives, one was a 14-play drive, one was a 10-play drive, so you take those things into consideration. We haven't seen the strike quickly power that the Colonels have shown earlier this year. So that's a credit to the Chatham defense.
Yeah, I was just going to agree with you. I mean, you think you got to take your hat off to the Chatham defense. They've done a nice job bottling up and limiting Altavista's long plays that, seems like the Colonels normally have. And Chatham's got speed, too. I mean, we mentioned a lot about the size early in the pregame show, but Chatham's got plenty of guys that can run you down. So that's why I think the game is in the state it's in. And the Cavaliers still have a chance. They get the ball at halftime. I'm sure Coach Grekus is going to make some adjustments with his staff. And you got to feel like Coach Sharp is going to make some adjustments as well. I'm not sure what he has in mind. I don't. Do you? You got anything in mind just off the top of your head? I know eliminate the penalties would help because the Colonels have had too many of those again.
Well, I think, both teams had, Chatham's had 17 yards in penalties. The Altavista's had 15. Both of the teams turned the ball over once. Both of them were really inconsequential. The first one was the Chatham turnover here at the very end at the half, and then Altavista trying to score with 10 seconds left through both balls to the end zone, and the last one was intercepted. So really inconsequential for the two turnovers.
Yeah, it ends up just you can patch stats a little bit there, which is always nice. But yeah, the turnovers don't really end up; they just kind of negate each other, if you will. Altavista's defense now, on the other hand, they've been pretty doggone good again. I know they had the shutout against Dan River, gave up some touchdowns late with some different personnel against Nelson County, and essentially pitching a shutout here. You give up the field goal, good, great kick by Chatham to get points on the board. But Altavista's defense, I think, pretty stout again.
Yeah, there's a nice job by Chatham on that drive. Eating up 8, 9, 7 yards of carry and got down inside the 10, got in the red zone, got inside the 10-yard line. And Chatham, as you alluded to, Altavista's defense bend, but didn't break, was able to push it back, got a penalty, resulted in the 30-yard Chatham field goal. So, all in all, a good effort by both defenses tonight.
Yeah, well-played game defensively. I mean, we've seen some long plays, but you haven't really seen any missed tackles, that kind of stuff. I mean, everybody's been in the right place. The yards that have come The offenses have really had to earn them against these two defenses, so that's been fun to watch from that aspect. Another time out here in the Subway halftime show. Colonels lead 14-3. We're back in just a bit on 105.5 KD Country.
Installing Atrium vinyl replacement windows is like an investment in your home that can begin to pay dividends right away. You can save up to 30% or more on your home's heating and cooling costs. Add to your home's equity and add to its value by upgrading its looks and energy efficiency. Custom crafted Atrium vinyl replacement windows. Invest in your home's future with English's.
English's is your complete home center.
Business 29 Altavista.
Try a variety of lunch specials priced under $4 at El Cazador Restaurant. The people that brought the first Mexican food to the area 13 years ago and still going strong 7 days a week. Come by for Mexican or American food, all reasonably priced with drink specials and great service too. Voted best Mexican restaurant by you, their customers. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, Main Street in Altavista. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant thanks you for your loyalty and your business.
Apple Auto Glass is your windshield repair and replacement center in Lynchburg. You get a free car wash with all windshields replaced in the shop. Apple Auto Glass wants the fans to enjoy the boys of fall this high school football season.
When I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass, I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pad. Kings of the school, man, where the boys of fall.
Apple Auto Glass salutes the boys of fall.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show. Subway Eat Fresh. And, we can always talk about Subway options. Don't forget those $5 footlongs up the month of October. The Tuscan chicken and also the spicy Italian. Two of my personal favorites. Anything Italian, really. Honestly, I can dig. That's why I dig the pizza so much. You know what I mean? It's Italian.
Yeah, you're right. And then, banana peppers on the pizza. That's well documented from last week.
That's on YouTube. You can hear about it on the KD Country YouTube page. Now, you can't go wrong at Subway's and Altavista. It's like we always talk about. I mean, it's the food, but then it's also the service. The customer service, second to none. Main Street, and, of course, in Walmart on the Clarion Road there in Altavista. Eat Fresh. And Robert Caters, we've always talked about that. Let's talk about it again. Anytime you got something going on, you can call Subway, and they'll take care of you. Call Robert at 369-2366. I mean, you said it. Office function, I mean,
I said them wrong. They've got the box lunches for $5. Includes a 6-inch sub and a cookie or chips and a drink.
For $5?
Really?
For $5.
You can't do
I know. No, you can't. And trust me, it's going to be a whole lot. No offense to McDonald's, but it's going to be a whole lot better than McDonald's. Subway halftime show. Colonels lead 14-3. Chatham got on the board with a Bailey Walton field goal, 30-yarder, I think it was. And then Juan Thornhill has done a lot of the damage for Altavista. Passing touchdown to Michi Malbeck. Then he ran it in from about 6 yards out for a rushing touchdown. Of course, Juan's been doing that all year on both sides there, the passing and the running. And wouldn't you know, he's been pretty good on defense again so far here tonight. The defensive line for Altavista, we knew they were going to be tested. They have been. I think they've performed very well. I mean, you have the sack and then the fumble there at the end of the half. We've mentioned Wayne Short a couple times on the defensive line, Dante Poindexter, Ashton Robinson. All those guys have done a nice job.
Well, they really have. And when we look back, there's really nobody that stood out. It's been a very, very solid defensive effort for the whole team. We hadn't had one involved in a lot of tackles, which is a really, really good sign that the front line and the linebackers are doing their job.
Right. No, that's a great point. I mean, Juan does get in on a lot of tackles, but if he doesn't, because that means the play is getting bottled up around a lot of line of scrimmage. Of course, sometimes even in the backfield, and the Colonels have done that a few times tonight. Boy, we talked about Shyron Smith coming in. He busted loose a few times, but not. I think Altivista's done a nice job limiting this good tailback for Chatham.
Well, they have, and Chatham's got 50 yards total on the ground in the half, and if you take away, really, they had 69 yards. That was a 19 yards loss that they suffered at the sack. So, really, from a stat perspective, Altavista with 132 yards total and Chatham with 51. I'm really a little bit surprised at that. It seems like a little bit closer than that. But again, Altavista really flipped the page on Chatham from what they did last year, controlled the ball with 2 long drives.
Yeah, that's a good point. Last year it was Chatham with the long drives. This year it's been Altavista with the long drives. Chatham did have the one long drive that resulted in the field goal. Again, bend but don't break defense from Altavista. And, the Cavaliers lost some yards there, too, as they were around, the 5 or 6 yard line, and then they ended up getting pushed back to around the 15. So there's some lost yardage there as well. But once again, credit the Altavista defense for that. Another time out here on the Subway Halftime Show. We'll get back to talk about everything, the game and more. Plenty of time left here on the Subway Halftime Show. Colonels lead 14-3 on 105.5 KD Country.
Stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, on the ready to keep you comfortable year-round. Locally owned and operated, just a call away, with over 20 years experience. Licensed and bonded. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, specializing in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Any season, anytime. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Give them a call today. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, Gretna.
High school athletics builds character, teaches teamwork, and provides a solid foundation for life. PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this sports broadcast for your enjoyment. PCM Industrial Services encourages everyone to come on out and watch the game. It's a great time for the whole family. Cheer on the Colonels. PCM Industrial Services, the industrial maintenance and construction specialists, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality craftsmen since 1986. Good luck, Colonels.
The following is brought to you by English Construction Company.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Live back from Chatham High School, where we're at halftime. Colonels lead 14-3. Colonels started scoring on a Warren Thornhill to Michi Mall back pass. Chatham followed up with a 30-yard field goal, making the score 7-3. Altavista then responded with a nice 10-yard, 10-play drive to take the lead 14-3, and that's where we ended up at the half. Kyle's rejoined us now, and
I'm sorry about
that's
that.
okay. And again, we talked about homecoming festivities, and this is a little bit unique from what we've seen in other schools. They had the homecoming court come in on came in on they had a 1976 Chevrolet Camaro, and then had most of the court came in as the girls certainly came in on Harleys. We saw ultra glides, saw some street glides, and a Donna Wide glide, some ultra classic.
What are you, one of these motorcycle guys?
Road King.
You got a lot of talents that I don't know about.
Well, I am a Harley aficionado. I do like the bikes.
He's a great golfer. He's a great basketball player. We've heard about this game that you may or may not have played back in the day, where you dropped 48, 49, something like that.
Rumor was 43.
Okay, it was 43. All right, they shut you down here late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But anyway, Oscar is a man of many talents. Yeah, good homecoming setup here. A lot of old faces, and I saw an old friend, Mr. Matt Fouts, who of course was the head coach here at Chatham for a long time, and went to the playoffs back in what was that? 06, 07, 05. It doesn't matter. It was a while ago. That was the game they actually snapped Gretna's long winning streak that the Hawks had. They beat them in the first round there. So it's good to see old Mr. Matt Fouts again, one of the all-time great football coaches. And they announced the homecoming king there, Bobby Walker, who was a football player. We've called his name maybe once or twice tonight. And, fun times. Altavista had a good time at their homecoming last week. It's just makes things take a little longer. That's your and my only beef with it.
Homecoming queen is
Yeah, and you kind of wonder, what does it do to the psyches, to the players? The extra long halftime. It is cold tonight.
Yeah.
Are they able to stay warm? The little bit of extra warm-up time, I'm sure the refs will give them.
Yeah.
So, Colonels I think the Colonels had some good momentum going in, scoring late in the second quarter, and being able to get that sack, stopping Chatham from driving, and have a couple shots at the end zone. So it looks like momentum is on the Colonel's side. However, Chatham did win the toss. They do get the ball first in the second half. So it'll be interesting to see how the Cavaliers respond, and equally how the Altavista defense responds.
Yeah, and I think that's an interesting point you bring up about the cold weather and the longer halftime. That's where a coach really can make a difference as far as keeping the team focused in the locker room. And sometimes you just stay down on the field at halftime. Not tonight with the longer halftime and the cold weather. You go back up in the locker room because you don't want to get too tight. And both teams have done that. So they'll make their way down here.
And we talked to Coach Shawns before the game, and he was obviously concerned about being able to get back into that locker room during this long halftime.
Yeah. He was making arrangements to get in the locker room at halftime, and they have done that. Homecoming festivities are wrapping up. So, they'll be both teams will be back out on the field here before you know it. And sure, how about some other housekeeping? Don't forget KDCountryDollarSaver.com. Different half-price deal every week. Food, family activities. We mentioned McDonald's. We had McDonald's in Gretna on there earlier. That's all sold out. You should have got in on that faster. But new deal goes on sale every Thursday at 10 a.m. And you do have to act fast because there are limited quantities.
To show you how up to date I am on I believe the one currently running is from Phase 2. They currently have one from Phase 2 in Lynchburg. So you get half-price restaurant coupons. Go there and have a nice dinner and then enjoy a show. One of the best concert venues in Lynchburg, certainly in Lynchburg, and if not in this part of Central Virginia.
Yeah, definitely a fun place to go. And that's the thing with the Dollar Saver. You got to eat anyway. You might as well eat for half price. I mean, it seems sort of a no-brainer, right? I hate to be a cliche, but literally it's a no-brainer. I think. It's all win-win. Win-win. You don't kick the can down the road on that one. You get your boots on the ground and you get to KDCountryDollarSaver.com. And let's take another time out here on the Subway halftime show. Football going to return here in just a few moments. Colonels lead 14-3 on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
That's right. A short drive can save you hundreds, maybe thousands. The absolute best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Have a trade? When you make a deal, Feller Chevrolet will pay it off, no matter how much you owe. Slow credit? Don't worry. Drive away today in your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, if you didn't purchase your vehicle from Feller Chevrolet, you paid too much for it.
Feller Chevrolet
in Altavista. Man, it's cold in here. What's wrong with your heater?
Well, it used to work pretty good.
Back in the 90s, just call Select Air and get it fixed.
Oh, it'll probably cost a lot of money.
No, it won't, because Donnie will give you a fair price and get it done right the first time.
Maybe I'll call Select Air tomorrow.
No, you will call Select Air today, because it's freezing in here.
Select Air, 841-1580. 841-1580. Online at selectair.webs.com.
In the past century, our community has grown, and Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service has grown too, alongside the families they've known for so long. Finch & Finch is proud to have served you over 100 years. A family business, Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, dedicated to your service.
Finch and Finch Funeral Homes. We're here because we care.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show. Colonels have returned and they're starting their calisthenics out there, and they're stretching. Not enough people using the term calisthenics anymore, so I like to throw that in there every chance I can get here. As halftime is concluding, Oscar. Oscar's just shaking his head. We're having a good time.
Here we are. Of course, Cliff Lee's down there, conditioning coach, and he's making sure that these kids get stretched out. Coach Shaughnessy is barking at them as well.
Yeah, cold night. I mean, it's important. It's not something you can overlook on a night like tonight. I mean, if it's 85 degrees out there, 80 degrees, then maybe you don't have to stretch out. But tonight, got to get moving a little bit before you start going full speed again. And this is the Subway halftime show. Colonels got going full speed there in the second quarter, 14-3. They lead. All those points coming in the second quarter for both ball clubs. The first quarter was a bit of a defensive battle, and you mentioned, I said, when was the last time the Colonels didn't score in the first quarter? You mentioned the Appomattox game. This one has that kind of a back-and-forth feel, although Altavista did their damage late in that one. Here, they've already done some damage in the second quarter.
The Colonels certainly can't sleep on this 14-3 lead. It is by no means is this game out of shape, out of reach for Chatham. They've shown the ability to run the ball not only against Altavista but other teams as well, and they can grind this thing out, control the clock, and cause a lot of problems for Altavista here in the second half.
Yeah, and something we've discussed. We had talked about how good Altavista was in the second half and how they pulled away from people late in games. The Gretna game was really the exception to that because the Hawks really just dominated that fourth quarter and later stages of the third quarter even as well. I wonder what will happen tonight because I know Chatham this year and last year sort of let some leads slip away from them. I don't want to say they were a bad second half team, but the second half wasn't favorable to them.
Well, that's right, especially the one glaring game that we talked about earlier tonight, and I don't even know if it was on air or not, was Dan River game where the score at half was 13-7, and then Dan River just ended up obliterating them in the second half.
Yeah, and Dan River has done that to people.
I'm not demeaning Chatham by any stretch of imagination. This is at 5-2. This is a very, very, very good football team. They're going to make some noise in the state tournament.
Yeah, they are, and we've talked about that. We've talked about it last year. We've talked about it this year with teams like William Campbell. Really everybody. With the way the playoffs are set up now, you just have to get in. It's really, seeding is important. You'd like to be at home, but it's more important just to get in and get the games.
Well, it is, and we talk about that. And William Campbell, when we looked at the new rankings this week, and in the Eastern region, Altavista, who was number 1, slipped to number 3. They beat Nelson. Nelson with no wins. That really didn't help Altavista, even with the margin of victory. It didn't make any difference. They slipped to third as Essex and Franklin both slipped in front. I'm Franklin number 1 again. But William Campbell, without a win, is at number 17. They win tonight against Nelson. They are back into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. They're in the playoff mix with just one win there. And they know that. And that's, I think something that's got to make you feel a little bit better as a winless team. Hey, if we can just get a win or two, we can get the playoffs. And then from there, who even knows? Because, hey, they've done it before, right?
Well, they did do it before a couple of years ago. Or was it last year? My memory's fading. But they actually got in and won 1 or 2 games.
Yeah. That was 2 years ago. Yeah. Last year, they played Altavista in the first round. That was last year was, of course, the year that Altavista and William Campbell played 3 times in a year. And you don't see the old thrice matchup very much on the gridiron anyway, that's for sure. Just about a minute left in halftime here, so we'll keep it here. Both teams are pretty much done with their stretching. They may even get back out on the field early. Colonels lead 14-3. Adjustments. Can you think of any that might have been mentioned in either locker room, really?
No, I think I think the game plan for both teams was very solid. Chatham was able to drive the ball, just couldn't get it in the end zone. The quarterback sneak, delay, draw, whatever, was very successful for him. Altavista did a relatively good job of keeping Smith under wraps. I don't know how many individual yards he had, but for the most part, he didn't hurt him as badly as I anticipated.
Yeah, I agree. I thought Altavista did a nice job. Maybe now the job is, bottle up the quarterback, R.J. Walton, certainly on that quarterback sneak anyway. You can't just let him get 8 or 9 yards a pop on a quarterback sneak. If they want to sneak it and get 1 or 2, I think you're probably okay with that if you're Coach Sharnes. But you can't let the quarterback just run free out there.
Well, I think from the Altavista perspective, they didn't have much success getting out on the edge. Chatham was able to turn the ball back in and really stop them for losses. You think about the Mickey Malback runs when Juan tried to get out on the edge. Chatham did a great job of containment. Altavista's main success was with Moon and Destin Brown up the middle and right off tackle.
Yeah, and Chatham's got some seniors out there. Seems like every team that Altavista plays, Oscar, we talk about, they're a young team. They've got all these sophomores and juniors. Chatham's got some sophomores and juniors, but they do have some seniors as well. They've got some good players that have been around. They've got some skill guys out there. They know what's going on. They're pretty adept at stopping some of the stuff Altavista is throwing at them. Colonels do lead 14-3, and really, Altavista in the second quarter looked pretty darn good. First quarter, Well, to me, it's kind of what I just said. I think it's a tale of two quarters. I think you're not happy about the first quarter particularly, but the second quarter, I think you like what you're seeing if you can keep it going. And, hey, I mean, if you can score 14 points in every quarter, you're not going to lose a lot of football games doing that.
That's true.
But again,
the other team scores more.
The other team scores 15 in each quarter. All right, Walker Allen on to kick it off. Back to business. We had some fun times there at halftime. More to come, I'm sure, but Walker Allen on to kick it away. It looks like Chiron Smith back deep for the Chatham Cavaliers, and they're going to keep it away from a short, high kick. Fielded on about the 35-yard line. Was not fielded cleanly initially, and then the ball carrier was hit hard by Demetrius Johnson, and Destin Brown was the initial shot right there. Cavaliers held on to the football.
I don't know how, because Johnson hit him first, and but boy, Destin Brown had a full head of steam and just leveled him. Good field position, though, but a little high end-over-end kick that was almost a pooch kick.
Yeah, well, you see Altavista respecting the athletic ability of Chiron Smith back there deep to return. They didn't want to let him get a chance to get his hands on it. Shotgun formation is how the Cavaliers come out. One tight end, two receivers, and two backs in the backfield with R.J. Walton. He's going to run to his right. Looks like a straight-up quarterback keeper. Cuts it up off tackle. Gains about 3 before he's hit hard by 2 or 3 Colonels. Let's see who. Donovan Montague in on the stop, along with Juan Thornhill. It wasn't everybody in on the tackle for Altavista, but there was a bunch of white jerseys around.
So there were, and we talk about the talented quarterbacks in the Dogwood District, and we run into another one that can run the ball tonight in Walton.
Yeah, Walton, probably not the breakaway speed of some of the other guys we've seen, Blankenship and Deion Rosser, but he's a hard runner, and he seems to make good decisions with the football in that option play, and that's important.
And he's shown a lot of strength in that quarterback sneak, and really, I don't even call it a sneak anymore, that little quarterback play where he takes the ball and just runs up the middle.
Needs to be a new term for it, I think, somehow. 2nd and 6 for the Cavaliers, shotgun formation again. Walton's going to try left side again. Cuts it up. Now this time he's stuffed up, hit hard by number 2, Clydell Moon. Nice stop right there. Moon had some help coming in from Demetrius Johnson. They'll give him about a yard, or maybe just a line of scrimmage.
It's good to see Clydell. Clydell's fired up on defense. Yeah, he's that little play that Altavista scored on where there's a little extracurricular activity. Clydell was very spirited in that exchange. He's fired up. He's playing tough tonight.
Now, how good is that linebacking crew for the Colonels? Clydell Moon, Donovan Montague, Destin Brown, Demetrius Johnson. I mean, those 4 guys roaming around out there on your defense. It's not who I want to run into a back alley, especially if they got pads and the helmet on like they do now.
No, and this 3-5 and sometimes 4-4 that they line up in is just hard to run against.
Yeah. Altavista does mix it up a bit on defense. Toss play to Chiron Smith. He's going short side, right sideline. He's got the first down and more. We're just running through people. Put a hand on the back of his wide receiver who was blocking for him out there. Good, tough, hard running outside by Smith. And I mentioned it. Good blocking by those receivers out there out in front of him.
Yeah, gain of 12 on that. That was a great run by Smith. Nicely designed play by Chatham. They got everybody out on this right-hand side and was able to flood the area with defenders. Nice big hole. He had plenty of room to run.
And we've talked about this before. Navy Jones and Michi Malbeck, not the biggest cornerbacks in the world. They're undersized. A lot of times we talk about it in the passing game, but it matters in the running game, too. If they've got a bigger receiver in front of them, that's going to be harder for them to get off the block. I think that might have happened right there. Man in motion will get set for the Chatham Cavaliers. Shotgun formation again. Walton wants to pass, rolling to his right. He better get rid of it because here comes the Colonels, and they are going to get a sack. Walton might have got it back to the line of scrimmage, but, boy, he got popped, hit hard by Ken Brumfield in on the play right there, along with Clydell Moon. Dante Poindexter in the area, but I tell you, Walton took a shot on that right sideline, Oscar.
Yeah, he did. He gained up a little bit over a yard. I don't know if he asked him if that was worth that yard or not because he got hit hard. Gain of 1. They're going to call it second and 9.
Yeah, I think if he might have looked up and seen when they spotted the ball, he might have just said, "Boy, I wish I would have just thrown that away and just taken it second down." 2nd and 9. Walton in the shotgun again. Takes the handoff. Now he wants to keep it himself. Going left side. Got a little room there. Destin Brown treads on his back. Help was coming. Clydell Moon got in on the stop. Go figure. Those 2 guys were calling their name all night. Darius Johnson as well. Decent pickup of about 4.5 or 5 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. 9:18 to play. Altavista leading 14-3.
Yeah, and we're seeing Walton take a brunt of the carries here. Smith hadn't carried the ball but once here in the second half so far.
Yeah, let's see if they give it to him on third down again. They did that on the previous third down pickup, Altavista.
I'm wagering they do. 3rd and 5. And really, when you look at the wideouts for Chatham, it's a pretty big mismatch height-wise.
Yeah.
Against Jones and Malbeck.
Walton going to come under center again. Hard count. Looked like center might have popped his head up. Altavista definitely came across the line, too. But let's see who the penalty goes against. Not the first time we've seen this. Both teams going with the hard count a few times tonight. Both teams trying to please their case on the penalty. And it looks like Chatham has won the case. Penalty goes against Altavista. Going to have to step this off. Let's see if it's enough for a first down. If it's not enough for a first down, it'll make it about 3rd and inches.
It's going to be offside on Altavista.
And they're saying 3rd down.
Yeah, they didn't come out and measure.
It's going to be 3rd down.
8:42 to play. 3rd and inches now. Colonels could really use a big stop here, although you got to imagine if Chatham doesn't get it, they're going for it on 4th down.
I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction here. You're going to see Walton carry the ball up the middle.
They've been good on the QB sneak. Let's see. Here comes the snap. Walton will take it on the sneak again. He's got enough. Good surge up front by the center and the guards for Chatham. Not much Altavista can do to stop that play. Walton only gained about 1.5 or 2, but he only needed about 6 inches. Fresh set it down coming up for the Cavaliers. 8:20 to play. Altavista leading 14-3. Chatham got the ball to start the half. This is that drive.
And it's a nice opening drive. They started at their own 37, and here they are now inside the 35-yard line of Altavista.
Yeah, and this is what you didn't want if you're Coach Mike Charnas. You know, not to say that you have to have a 3 and out to start the half, but you certainly didn't want to let Chatham gain some traction and some momentum here. And seems like that's what the Cavaliers are starting to do. Shotgun formation. Walton has Smith to his right. They'll put a man in motion, and the whistles come out again. Let's see what this is. Delay of game by the Chatham Cavaliers. That'll make it 1st and 15. It seemed like it took a while getting that play in, Oscar.
Yeah, it did. And you alluded to it earlier tonight. You talked about Altavista. This is going to be a prime opportunity for them to do the bend but not break that you had alluded to earlier.
Yeah, they've exercised that a few times tonight. We need to come up with another name for it. Bend but don't break. It's just getting to be a little bit too cliche. Toss play here. They give it to Smith. Smith's going to try outside. Not much there. He is hit hard. He got stuck first by Donovan Montague. Demetrius Johnson came in and cleaned him up. Flag comes out late on the play. Chatham player pleading his case. That makes me think it might be going against Chatham. Good, tough defense there by Donovan Montague. This will be a loss of about 2 or 3. Demetrius Johnson was there to help out. Personal foul against the Altavista Colonels. And it may have been Darius Johnson getting in on the act there. This will basically get Chatham to the first down marker.
There was a loss of 4 on that. It knocked it back, but it's
personal. Yeah,
personal foul. It's going to. And Coach Charnas, we talked to him about that as well.
Yeah, the penalties is something that has really bitten the Colonels, at least at times anyway. It should be an automatic first down on the first foul. And down marker over there got flipped over to second down. I could have sworn it was going to be an automatic first down, but Oscar's shaking his head no. He's just trying to be polite. 2nd and 5 now. Chatham will go for shotgun formation. Fake the pass. Now it's the quarterback draw. Walton's got some room. Gets to the head. He looks like he's close to the first down. I think he might have gotten enough. He got dropped on about the 23-yard line, right on the numbers over there on the near sideline. That is enough to move the 6. Fresh set it down for the Cavaliers. They continue to drive, getting close to that end zone again. Altavista leading 14-3. It was a Juan Thornhill passing touchdown and a Juan Thornhill rushing touchdown if you joined us late. Chatham on the board with points from Bailey Walton, their kicker. 7:05 to play in the Apple Market, 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation again. Colonel's defense creeping up. Juan Thornhill, normally the safety. He's in there at about linebacker depth now. Shotgun snap, option to the left. Walton going to pitch it. He pitches to Smith. Smith got hit hard around the ankles by Clydell Moon. Fell forward. Excuse me, that was Michi Malback that made the initial contact. Fell forward on his own momentum after that. Called a pickup of 1.5 or 2.
Nice job by the Colonel stringing that play out, and on that option, it didn't matter which choice he took. Whether the quarterback kept it or whether he pitched it, he was going to get hammered. Either one of them going to get tackled.
Yeah, not a whole lot Walton could do there. Good sound defensive technique by the Altavista Colonels. They had all the gaps covered up. He pitched it away to Smith. Really all that did was give Michi Malbach more time to run it down.
6:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Opening drive here by Chatham.
Yeah, this is the opening drive of the second quarter. Straight handoff this time to Smith. Smith bouncing around. He could not get through Destin Brown, though. Destin hit him up around the shoulder pads, wouldn't let go. Then the reinforcements came. Darius Johnson helping out. Nice play right there. They gave him about a yard there after the stop from Destin Brown.
Brings up 37, and then Altavista has shown itself to be susceptible to that hard count. They've got to watch for that here, and they've got to watch for that offside that they've had at least 3 times.
Yeah, great point. You got to watch the football right here. Good stick there by Destin Brown initially on the stop for the Altavista defense. And if you can stop Chiron Smith in his tracks, you're doing something. But Destin's certainly very capable of that. 1 tight end, 2 receivers, fullback and a tailback. Walton's going to try to sneak again, and he's got the room. Broke away from some tacklers, headed to the end zone. Darius Johnson got him, but did he stop him short enough of the end zone? He did. He downed him on about the 2-yard line. The old quarterback sneak again. Boy, Walton just hits it quick. I'm telling you, he doesn't just really even get behind the blocker. He just gets right in between the blockers and the defense. Gets it down to the 1-yard line. I fully expect for the quarterback sneak to be coming again. Let's see. Chatham lines up quick. Altavista to try to get some subs in. Sneak again by Walton. Looks like he's got enough for it. No signal yet. Let's wait and see.
Both line adjusters coming in marking it short.
Yep. Big pile right there. And you're right, they are marking it short. Looked like he gained a little bit. He must not have gained enough. It's got to be about 2nd and goal inches. And, boy, you want to take odds on the quarterback sneak again? Oscar, I know I would run it again. Foot-to-foot splits now for the Chatham offensive line. Another sneak. He's got the soft this time, though. Altavista got some penetration.
I'm throwing him on the time of that play. What a great play by Juan to get in and break that, get in under that. He was right from his position, right at the bottom of the field.
Yeah, Juan getting up there like a defensive lineman. He went underneath. Another Colonel went over top. Stop right there. Walton may have even lost a yard there. So here we go. It's getting wild. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Chatham going to line up again here. Altavista's got all their big D linemen in, trying to get low and prevent the touchdown. Walton under center, calling out the signals. Here comes the snap. Hard count. Looks like somebody from Altavista might have jumped. Tosses it to Chiron Smith. Nothing there. Lawrence Thornhill with a big stop.
Boy, they dropped it for a loss of 7 yards back at the 8, almost a 9-yard line. Great penetration by Moon and Thornhill.
Wow.
Especially after you've seen Walton with those 2 quarterback sneaks. That pitch to Smith went nowhere quick.
Wow. Timeout on the field for Chatham. Let's keep it here.
Good. And you talk about somebody that's hard to bring down. Smith in the backfield, he gets some speed going. He's difficult to bring down. But what a great job by Thornhill and Moon on that. That's as good a defensive play as we've seen from the Colonels all year.
Yeah, Chatham tried to toss play to the right, and as Chiron Smith was catching that football, Juan Thornhill hit him about knee-high and just dropped him. Clydell Moon got to him at virtually the same time. Big stop right there. That drops Chatham back. It's 4th and goal now from the 7-yard line. Remember, the Cavaliers were only about inches away on 2nd and goal. Tried to sneak again on 2nd down. Altavista stopped that. Tried to toss play there on 3rd down. Chatham didn't get anything there either. And it looks like the Cavaliers are going to line up and go for the touchdown here on 4th and goal.
Well, I think 14-3, and they've eaten up almost 9 minutes, 8.5 minutes, 3.3
quarter.
3:43 here remaining third. Colonel's leading 14-3.
See what Chatham's got in mind on 4th down. Walton under center, high formation again. He wants the pass. Looking for the fade ball deep in the end zone. Is it a catch? It is not. Ball falls incomplete. Chatham had a man open. I think it was Quadjay Witcher. He got a little turned around on the pass, and it goes incomplete. Colonels will take over after a big stop. I don't know what else we can call it. Bend but don't break defense. I can't even say it. It's too many B's.
Yeah, it is. But boy, what a defensive stop that was after a great drive by the Cavaliers getting down right on the doorstep of the goal line. The Colonels just great job by Thornhill and the rest of the defense stopping that from stopping Chatham from scoring.
Juan Thornhill with 2 very big stops, one on 2nd down, one on 3rd down. Incredible stuff right there from the junior number 11. Now he's back there at the quarterback spot. We always talk about how good he is on offense. Pretty darn good on defense, too. Going to hand it to Clydell Moon. No, he's going to keep it himself. Running out of some tackles. Headed right sideline. He's got some green space. Across the first down marker, across the 25-yard line. Drops the shoulder before he is taking it to the ground. And this will be a fresh set of downs. Ball's going to be spotted on about the 27-yard line, it looks like. Big pickup there from Juan Thornhill, who he might be starting to get into takeover territory, Oscar, as he's made the two big stops on defense. Big run there. It seems like it only a matter of time before Juan might really bust loose.
Yeah, gain of 20 on that play, and Juan looked like all things considered, he had a ton of fresh legs on that play. I was really surprised to see him be able to break out and run as easily as he did.
He really does have a turbo button when he needs it, doesn't it? High snap, he's going to keep it himself. Not going to be able to get out. Yeah, he is going to be able to run out some tackles. Got a man draped on his jersey. I think it was Andrew Coder, again, who did the old jersey tackle on Destin Brown. He had to do the same thing on Juan Thornhill before. Juan was trying to run out of that jersey tackle. Ends up being a pickup of 2.5 or 3 yards.
It looked like he was stopped for about a 2-yard loss. He picked up 3 on that. They're going to mark it as a 31, and that, again, another testimony to athleticism and strength of Juan Thornhill.
Hard running there. 14-3. Altavista leads. Got to give a lot of credit to this Colonel defense. They've been pretty good tonight so far.
Juan does look a little bit gassed right now.
Yeah. Now he's starting to show the wear and tear just a little bit. Giving Destin Brown, actually, I think that's Clydell Moon right beside him. Put them all back in motion on the wide receiver sweep. He's going to follow Clydell Moon. Cross the 35-yard line to about the 39-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Good hard running by Michi Malbeck. He turned it up initially, then he bounced it back outside, following the block from Clydell Moon. Good stuff over there. Tackled by Preston for the Chatham Cavaliers.
And 2:02, 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And again, Colonel's running only their fourth play from scrimmage here in this quarter. Again, clock continues to wind. Chatham eating up a bulk of that clock, and you got to think that they're a little bit demoralized. You run up almost 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes of the clock, and you don't score.
Yeah, that's the thing about that ball control. You know, it's great, but it's got to be an end result. You got to get points at the end of it, and Chatham couldn't do it there, courtesy of the Altavista defense. Thornhill fakes the handoff. He's running it himself. Outside, he's across the 50-yard line, still on his feet. Now he's going to go out of bounds under his own momentum. Michi Malbeck with a little extra stuff there. Malbeck was blocking hard, and then as soon as Thornhill went out of bounds, Malbeck didn't want to stop blocking. No flag out on the play, though. Good hard running again from Juan Thornhill, and a great fake up the middle. Really holds that Chatham defense, and he breaks it outside. Big pickup.
Thornhill with runs of 20 yards, 3 yards, 7 yards, and 19 yards. Excuse me. 3 and 19. The 7-yard was Michi Malbeck, but still, a lot of Juan Thornhill on this drive.
Yeah, Juan Thornhill showcase time, it looks like. Fresh set of downs, far hash mark from us. Thornhill in the shotgun. Here comes the snap. He will give it to Destin Brown. Brown's going right behind the center. Got some good hard running there. Dante Poindexter, in on the lead block. Pickup of 6 for Destin Brown. Colonel's starting to get into vintage Altavista mode now here, as they're getting downhill, and they're really becoming bulldozing running backs now.
Well, let's make no mistake and make sure that we give credit where credit's due. This offensive line is starting to blow the Chatham line away.
You're right.
They're really starting to control the line of scrimmage.
You're right. Clay Teagarden out there at left tackle doing some good stuff, along with the other 4 guys as well. Chatham's got too many men on the field. They're going to get flagged. This will be enough for a first down after the ball is spotted. Boy, I think the way Altavista has been moving the football, they would have just rather run the play against 12 guys and take their chances.
Yeah, Michi had about a 10-yard buffer. He was a little bit disappointed again. That's the second opportunity that Michi's had to make a play, and there was a penalty call. So,
fresh set of downs, and they're going to spot this ball after the penalty at the 34-yard line of Chatham. Altavista driving. Touchdown here. And I think Colonel fans are going to start feeling pretty good about themselves in this football game in general. Unbalanced formation to the left here. They got the bunch, and then Michi Malbeck is split out wide to the left. Juan Thornhill's going to run that way. Got a lot of blockers out there. Avoids one tackler, left sideline. Juan slowing down, trying to wait for the blocking to come back to him. Big pickup, more than enough for a first down. It's about a 25-yard gain, I think, Oscar. 15-yard, maybe, excuse me.
Depending on where they spot the ball, they're going to mark it right outside, right dead on the 10-yard line. So gain of 24 on that play.
Yeah, I was right the first time. I should have questioned myself. I flunked Math 101 twice.
And there's no need for you to question yourself. I do it all the time.
That's exactly right. Again, Juan Thornhill getting the carries here. I think Coach Sharnis, for lack of a better term, smells blood in the water a little bit here. He knows that Altavista's got the momentum, and this is going to be the last play of the third quarter, so momentum's going to have to take about a 1-minute timeout. We'll take it with them. Altavista leading. Same score, 14-3. 1 quarter left here from Chatham High School on 105.5 KD Country.
Tonight's game is brought to you by these members of the KD Country Sports Club.
Steve Farmer Auto Sales, where there's always a good selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, priced right, financing available. Steve Farmer Auto Sales, 1112 Main Street.
Aubrey Rosser Law Firm, Altavista. First choice for any and all legal advice. Services go way beyond court trials and settlements.
Diane's Hair Creations in Altavista, creating hairstyles for every lifestyle. 283-1111. That's 283-1111.
El Cerrito, Altavista. Throw on a sombrero. Shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only at El Cerrito.
Shop Main Street Trading Company, Altavista, where quality and affordability go hand in hand.
Sharky's Pest Control in Hurt. Let Tony take a bite out of your pest control needs. Doing business the old-fashioned way to keep you coming back.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
14-3, 1 quarter left here in regulation anyway from Chatham High School. Colonels lead, and they're driving, Mr. Briggs. And, boy, the big stop, I mean, Chatham controls the ball really the entire third quarter, eight and a half minutes of it or so. And the Colonels get the big stop like they've done so many times this year. But don't break. They prevent points from Chatham. And I really think it took the wind out of the Cavaliers' sails. Colonels still have to get in the end zone themselves. They don't have to, but they would like to. Unbalanced formation again. Juan Thornhill's got all the receivers to his right, and he's got a back to his left. He'll give it to that back. Looks like number 7, Destin Brown. Brown in the end zone for a touchdown. 6 more points for the Altavista Colonels. Great blocking up front. Ashton Robinson and Casey McLeese in at the point of attack right there for the Altavista Colonels. Good hard running from Destin Brown again, Oscar. Another touchdown.
Yeah, and again, can't emphasize enough how much that offensive line blew that hole open for Destin. And Destin looks healthier than he has in 3 or 4 weeks. His legs look fresh. He's strong. He's quick. Looks really good on offense.
You're right. He's running hard. He's getting going full speed. He's not afraid to get behind those pads. Doesn't look like that shoulder is an issue at all. Snap back on the extra point. Looks to be pretty good. And the kick is good as well. So Walker Allen converts his 3rd extra point of the evening. Colonels lead 21-3. Another timeout here with 11:53 to play in the football game on 105.5 KD Country.
Installing Atrium vinyl replacement windows is like an investment in your home that can begin to pay dividends right away. You can save up to 30% or more on your home's heating and cooling costs. Add to your home's equity and add to its value by upgrading its looks and energy efficiency. Custom crafted Atrium vinyl replacement windows. Invest in your home's future with English's.
English's is your complete home center.
Business 29 Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels adding to the lead here, 21-3 after the Destin Brown 10-yard touchdown scoring run, 11:53 to play. They scored to start the second quarter, Oscar, right when it started, and they scored to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they did. And, it's interesting, to watch. We talk about Destin, talk about that shoulder. It's interesting to see that, he's got that full range of motion with his shoulder.
He's got full range of motion, and range of motion is always a good thing, especially on a Friday night and on a Saturday night, even from time to time as well. Colonel's exercising full range of motion here tonight, 21-3. Chatham has been able to keep them in check at times, but, guys like Juan Thornhill and Destin Brown and the whole bunch out there for the Colonels, hard to deny them all night, that's for sure. Walker Allen ready to kick off. Allen's a perfect 3 for 3 on extra points as well. He's been putting the kickoffs in good spots. They're trying to kick it away from Chiron Smith pretty much all night. Let's see if they go deep this time. They do not. It'll be fielded on about the 30-yard line by number 22, and he's brought down, big shots out there. That was Navy Jones in on the hard hit. Clydell Moon on the stop as well. Marcellus Clements was the one on the return there.
You know, we noted early, we saw there in the first scrimmages that the Colonels played this year, how their pursuit of the ball was.
Mm-hmm.
We knew, and we commented often early in the year, that if a player gets stood up against this Colonels team, these kids fly to the ball, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's the thing. If the first guy just slows the return man down, it's usually not good because those other guys are coming. They're coming full speed, and it can get pretty dangerous out there on that kickoff return. Chatham going to go in shotgun formation. 30-yard line, middle of the field. Here's the shotgun snap. Walton wants to keep it himself. Going right side. He's got some decent blocking. Now turns it up the field across the 35-yard line, so we'll call it a 5 or 6 yard pickup. Brought down inbounds. Clock will continue to run, and now that clock, Oscar, is really probably public enemy number one for the Chatham Cavaliers comeback champ.
Yeah, trailing 21-3 here, 11:30 remaining in the ball game. I'm impressed with Walton. He showed a ton of strength. He's got some speed. It's not blazing speed, but he's quick. He's another one of these. You know, you talk about the quarterbacks in the Dogwood. And you talk about Rosser and Blankenship and Thornhill and Walton and Edmonds or whoever play quarterback.
Yeah.
This district's loaded.
It really is. Plenty of great athletes, and a lot of them play quarterback. Here comes the snap. Walton wants to turn and give it to his running back, Chiron Smith. Looking right tackle. Good surge over there on the right side by the Chatham Lions. They just really kind of formed a wedge and just pushed their way ahead for 4 yards to bring up 3rd and 1. 10:45 to play now in the Apple Market fourth quarter. And Apple Market, as always, is a proud sponsor of Colonel Athletics and high school sports everywhere.
And, of course, trailing 21-3 with 10.5 left here, Cavaliers are certainly in 4-down territory.
Yeah, got to be down 21-3 at this point. And again, a run-oriented team. Not to say they can't throw, but they're run first, run second, and run third, hopefully. Here comes that option play. Good pitch this time. Got it to Smith. Smith looking for the first down marker. Got a man draped on his jersey. And now some extracurricular stuff out there on the side. Who was that in on the stop? I believe it was Navy Jones and Destin Brown making the stop. I think Smith is a little short of that first down marker, Oscar. Oh, no, the referee's got the ball in his hands. They don't have the ball spotted. It's first down. Okay. Put him calibrated, or when you saw the official signal first down. Either way, it is a fresh set of downs for the Chatham Cavaliers. Left hash mark, 41-yard line. Going to be under 10 minutes left probably when they snap this football.
Nice job officiating here. I'll allude to that here in just a minute.
Absolutely. Here comes Walton under center again. Long snap count. Looked like somebody might have left early for Chatham, and there's the flag coming out. I think this is going to be against the Cavaliers.
Still into that play as Smith was getting out on the edge. Downfield, a couple of players, one from Chatham, one from Altavista, were involved in a locked up in a block, and they continued to fight through even after the whistle was blown. And again, nice job by the official getting in, separating those players, and not really calling penalties.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think it's to the point where you have to start throwing flags on people for that. And again, it's one of those cases where it's probably going to be offsetting anyway. So does that really send a message to anybody? I don't know. So he did the right thing and just sort of talked them out of it. 5 yards against the Chatham Cavaliers, going to bring up 1st and 15. Now they'll snap this from the 36-yard line. Another long snap count. Walton going to try the quarterback sneak again. Not as much there this time. Might have picked up 2 just on the forward momentum, but it's not like those other successful ones he had earlier where he would take off and slip in and out of the Altavista defense. 9:19 to play. Colonel still leads 21-3.
Yeah, interesting play call. You're trailing by 3 possessions, under 10 minutes left, and you're still using that quarterback delayed draw, sneak, whatever. I would think that you got to use a heavy dose of Smith and really start to get the ball in the air now.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you probably got to mix in the pass a little bit more now. And you know that Chatham obviously knows how good Altavista's secondary is. They know about the interceptions. They don't want to throw it there for grabs. They will pass here. Plenty of time in the pocket. A good spiral downfield deep. Flag comes out. Ball fell incomplete, but the flag came out. And I think it's going to be pass interference. Boy, what a great throw from R.J. Walton. And you talk about spinning a football. That thing had some serious revolutions on the spiral, Oscar. Looking for Quadre Witcher downfield along the left sideline. Navy Jones was in on the coverage, but they got tangled up.
It's going to be pass interference on the Colonel.
This will go against Altavista on the pass interference. Don't think it was anything malicious by Navy Jones, but he did get tangled up with him and probably impeded his progress just a bit.
Well, it was a nice throw, and the defender was behind Navy, and we've not seen many players get behind Navy or Mickey this year. And the good news is it's only a 15-yard penalty. That could have gone for a big play for Chatham.
Yeah, probably not the worst thing in the world that Navy Jones got tangled up. First down now across the 50-yard line. Chatham is in Altavista territory. Option left. They pitched to Chiron Smith. Not much there. Donovan Montague with the initial hit. He didn't make the tackle, but he sure laid a shot on Chiron Smith and then slowed him down. Demetrius came and cleaned it up along with Clydell Moon.
I don't know, a lot of stuff comes off here in the press box, but Donovan Montague on that play, not only did he have his hand almost on Walton on the quarterback, but when the pitch was made, he's the first one that got to Smith and put the wood on him there. So loss of 2 on the play. Great play by Donovan on that.
Excellent stuff by Montague. Altavista defense wasn't quite set. Chiron Smith trying up the middle. He is met by a host of Colonel defenders. Demetrius Johnson was the first guy. He never goes down. He just gets stood up and loses the forward progress. Thornhill ended up getting in on that as well. About 9 people in on that stop. The only 2 that weren't in there were the far cornerbacks, Navy Jones and Michi Malback. Pick up of about 1 or 2, though.
You didn't get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah. 3rd and 9, 3rd and a long 9. That marker's really just pretty much right beside the original line of scrimmage, like you said. Shotgun formation coming for Chatham. Tight end, 3 receivers. Back, Chiron Smith is right beside R.J. Walton. Out to this, the defense creeping up. Juan Thornhill in on the blitz, and then the stop and a tackle for a loss. Juan Thornhill just read that thing cover to cover, came in there and made the ankle tackle to drop the ball carrier for a loss. Wow. Wow is all you can say on that play from Juan Thornhill.
You think you've seen it all with Juan, and week in, week out, we see something that he does. It just continues. We just drop our jaws and marvel at what he's done.
Incredible play right there on the tackle for a loss. I mean, Chatham's got a big 3rd down. They're thinking, hey, if we can get it close, maybe we can even go for it on 4th down. Juan Thornhill eliminates that possibility. 4th and long now. Chatham in the punt formation. 6:45 to play. Good snap. They get it off. It was a decent rush from Altavista, but the punt got off and a bounce forward. Michi thought about picking it up on the 2nd or 3rd hop, and it will now get down on the 17-yard line. That's where the Colonel will take over. There was 6.5 minutes left. Altavista up 21-3. Oscar, really now the big thing for Altavista is just hang on to the football and run out the clock.
Well, and they've done a good job of holding on to the ball. 1 turnover tonight. Again, that was a Hail Mary at the end of the half. So great job by the Colonels, again, continuing to not put the ball on the ground. And they've shown that all year. Not many turnovers this year for the Colonels.
Yeah, they've had quite a few games where they haven't had any turnovers. They do have the 1 turnover in this game, but that came to end the half. The Hail Mary attempt, like you said, in the end zone there. So it's not really a turnover that you have a problem with, I don't think. Thornhill, shotgun formation, running back to his left, 4 wide receivers. Juan's going to try the quarterback delay. Start up the middle, now he bounced outside. Good blocking on the outside. Jiggets will hit him around the shoulders and bring him down. Solid open field tackle right there by Chatham. There was probably a touchdown-saving tackle as well. He'll get helped up by his buddy Demetrius Johnson. 1st down yardage for sure, as he got it all the way out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, just another 18-yard jump by Juan.
Yeah, and it's incredible how good Juan is because you don't think 18 yards seems like a lot when he makes that carry right there.
And he never really got up to full speed. It was a really controlled run. He was trying to pick his hole. Nice job by Johnson downfield to keep in the corner and engaged and allowing Juan to get down far downfield.
Yeah.
Again, great job by the offensive line.
Yeah, really, really an awesome job there by the O-line. McLeese was on the right side that time. Hands it to Clydell Moon. Moon's got some room on the left side this time, starting up in between numbers and hash marks. Good hard running by Clydell Moon. Man, Clydell just really looks like he's getting downhill in a hurry. Gets behind those pads. Tackled by Starling. Another 12 or 14-yard pickup there for the Altavista Colonels in the fresh set of downs. They ran right, now they run left. Everything's working right now.
Well, they are, and again, that offensive line just is keeping their players engaged, pushing 3-4 yards off the ball, keeping them engaged, and letting Juan or Clydell or Destin, whoever, pick their hole. I can't tell you how good the offensive line's played tonight.
Yeah, the offensive line deserves all the credit in the world here so far tonight. And the backs really have some great holes to run behind. Shotgun formation again. Dante Poindexter in as the blocking back. Here comes the snap. Thornhill will give it to Destin Brown. Brown bouncing off some people. Look at the surge up front by Brown and Poindexter. Brown still on his feet driving. Gets it all the way down to the 35-yard line. He's pumped up, and with good reason. This will be about a 16 or 17-yard pickup. Man down the field for the Cavaliers. So this will take just a minute. Now he hops up. First down yardage. Again, 3 consecutive first down runs for the Altavista Colonels. That O-line really starting to dominate up front.
You talk about 3 consecutive plays, Kyle. 18, 14, and 16 yards. Great job by our offensive line, and boy, the Colonel backs look strong.
Another timeout on the field. We'll take this one, though. Colonels leading 21-3, just over 5 minutes to play in the football game here from 105.5 KD Country.
I'm Todd Hall, president of First National Bank. For over 100 years, we have proudly served our customers in Central Virginia, and we're excited about continuing to provide financial solutions into the future. At First National Bank, our focus is on you, the customer, and delivering a very high level of service is our top priority. In fact, our employees are empowered to make decisions that provide you an extraordinary customer experience. So stop in one of our 8 local branches and give us a try. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Chatham down 21-3 here on their homecoming night. Colonels 0-0 at the first quarter, Oscar. You know, we looked like, hey, this is going to be a tight ball game, and it's been a very tight ball game so far. But Altavista really starting to dominate, really starting to impose their will, and they might be threatening to stretch this lead out a lot more than 21-3.
Yeah, 21-3, 5-12, as you said earlier, and Colonel's really taking charge of this ball game now, and really has the Cavaliers back on their heels.
Timeout may have come in real handy for Chatham. Let's see. Thornhill's going to spin, turn around, and give it to Clyde Mooney. What a stiff arm by Clyde Mooney. He's running hard, and then a hard tackle at the end of that play. Looked like Quajay Witcher that hit him around the thigh pad. Moon a little hobbly when he gets up there. Boy, that was a fierce tackle from Witcher. But how about the fierce stiff arm from Moon earlier? Just dropped a Chatham defender in his tracks. Got a holding play, a holding penalty on the end of the play.
Yeah, that'll negate
him back.
Yeah, that'll negate that. Again, great 2 athletic plays. A nice stiff arm by Moon, and then Witcher with a great tackle, hit him hard.
Yeah, I mean, if you like football, and then again, who doesn't? But if you're a football fan, that is just a great play right there. The stiff arm that just drops the defender in his tracks, and then the very hard tackle by Quajay Witcher. I mean, you gotta like that. Holding penalty, as we mentioned, going to end up making it about 1st and 15. 21-3, Altavista leading. 4 minutes and 42 seconds to play. Again, really, if they can just hold on to the football and run out the clock, Chatham not much of a chance anymore in this one. Shotgun snap. Juan Thornhill going to go up the middle. Not much there. He had to find a new hole. Now he's on the right sideline. He makes Jiggets miss it, and now he's across the 10. Touchdown, Juan Thornhill, after the bounce and then the move outside. Flag comes out late. Let's see who this is on. It's a touchdown on Juan Thornhill. A touchdown for Juan Thornhill. 35-yard strike this time. One where he started up the middle, bounced outside, and then just sort of sidestepped the tackler. Going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Altavista. Score will probably count. Yep, this is going to go afterwards. 27-3 on another Juan Thornhill rushing touchdown, Oscar. Well, you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said just when you think you've seen it all from Juan, he'll do something else to make your jaw drop, and there's one of them right there.
Yeah, great run by Juan. A little bit of extracurricular activity going on. I think that's penalty to be assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah. Boy, he made Jiggets miss and just tackle air after the sidestep move. And Jiggets was the one that ran him down earlier and made a good open field tackler. So you're not just talking about some bum out there trying to tackle Juan Thornhill, but Juan Thornhill just got it going on right now. Great move. Snaps a little high. Juan got it down to the block and walked around and got his leg on it and got it through the uprights. Out on a perfect 4 for 4. Altavista pretty perfect right now. They lead 28-3. Timeout with 4.5 minutes to go on 105.5 KD Country.
try a variety of lunch specials priced under $4 at El Cazador Restaurant. The people that brought the first Mexican food to the area 13 years ago and still going strong 7 days a week. Come by for Mexican or American food, all reasonably priced with drink specials and great service too. Voted best Mexican restaurant by you, their customers. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, Main Street in Altavista. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant thanks you for your loyalty and your business. You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
28-3, Juan Thornhill, his second rushing touchdown of the evening. He also threw one to Michi Malbeck. Destin Brown was the other scorer for the Altavista Colonels. They're up big, stretching the lead out, Oscar. It's a familiar tune for Colonel fans. They're doing it again tonight.
Yeah, 14 points in the second quarter, 14 so far in the third. Boy, what an impressive play that was by the Colonels. All the yards on the ground, runs of 18, 14, 16, and 42 yards. Just impressive.
Yeah, they got the football with about 6:40, I want to say, 4:25 now. So they didn't run off a whole lot of clock as far as that goes, but they added another score. And I think that's probably going to be the score that pretty much does the Cavaliers in. Comeback chances at this point are going to be pretty slim, but hey, that's why you play the game, right? And quick scores have been known to happen too.
Yeah, but at this point, the Vegas odds keepers are chomping at the bits. They're saying this one's over.
28-3, Colonels lead. Rustburg next week. Boy, I can't believe we haven't even mentioned that yet, Oscar, because that's an intriguing game on many levels for the Altavista Colonels.
Given the Colonels' schedule this year, we've been hesitant to talk about anybody ahead of the game we're currently in.
Right.
Tough schedule this year against some great teams in the Dogwood: Chatham, Dan River, Apo, Gretna. Not to mention Galax outside. It's been a load of the schedule, and the Colonels going to go 7-1 tonight.
Yep. Not going to get a lot easier next week, but you're right. Colonels are going to go 7-1. They do kick a deep shot. Ron Smith going to field him about the 27-yard line. He avoids Clydell Moon on the first tackle. He can't avoid the next two tacklers. That's Nelson Dews and number 34, Traquan Farmer, in on the special team stop there. Good stuff from those two guys. About a 7-yard return for Shi Smith.
And, you talk about Dews. He's a sophomore, and Traquan Farmer, he's a ninth grader. So we're starting to see those kids get some playing time later in the game, or even later in the game. We see them get playing time later in the game, and we're starting to call their names more and more. The depth keeps getting better and better for the Colonels.
It really does. We've seen Dews quite a little bit this year. He's made some big stops. Traquan Farmer, we called his name a few times. Nice, good two-man tackle right there. Clydell Moon got his hands on Shiron Smith first and sort of altered the route. Stoppage in play here, and let's see what this penalty is. It's just another timeout for the Chatham Cavaliers. Tell you what, let's keep it here, and we can talk about Rustburg a little bit right now. Red Devils really a team on the rise this year, Oscar. I think they're playing Jefferson Forest tonight. That's always a heated battle up there. It's interesting because Altavista hasn't played Rustburg in a while. Good county rivalry. They haven't locked horns lately.
Well, good county rivalry, and you've got Coach Sharness going back to where he coached for a long time.
That's an angle.
Not to mention going against Principal Clay Finley, who was at Altavista for a while.
Right.
So you got some little side stories there, and of course the Colonels, who dropped from first to third in the Single A Eastern region, they're going to need to notch that win against Rustburg if they've got the possibility of climbing back up to that top spot.
Yeah, that would be a big win. Rustburg, a 3A team, so you're going to get some extra points there. A team like Chatham is 2A, Altavista 1A. So Rustburg, you can get some power points there if you win, and Rustburg has some wins on the year, so you get some bonus points as well. That's going to be exciting. We'll be able to talk about it more in the Subway post-game show as Chatham has broken the timeout huddle. Quick swing pass to Shiron Smith. Not a whole lot there on the short side. He was hit hard by Destin Brown. Dante Poindexter cleaned him up. Sort of a modified wide receiver screen. Picks up about 5. Decent game, but not the kind of bulky yardage that the Cavaliers really are in need of right now with 4 minutes to go in the ball game.
Yeah, I said 4 minutes to go, 28-3. Dante's had a good game tonight. Really great job by all the Colonel defenders tonight. We've called everybody's name. It's been a very good team effort tonight.
You're right. Yes, that's a great point. We've called everybody's name on defense at some point tonight. Everybody's been in on at least one or two stops.
But we saw glimpses of unbelievable legends made with Thornhill on that goal line stand and then the ensuing offensive drive.
Man, You're absolutely right. Toss play to Chiron Smith. Not a whole lot there. It's Poindexter and Destin Brown again. They tried that side last time. Tried it again here. It's a gain of yards, 2 or 3. But as I mentioned, just not the kind of big play that Chatham is in need of right now. And when they snap this ball, it's going to be around 3 minutes. So really, that play took a minute. 3rd and 2.
Well, if Coach had more time out, maybe he could.
There's always circumstances and situations and particulars and ins and outs and what have you. Thornhill going to step up in a linebacker spot, fakes the blitz. Going to be an option play. Walton's looking for room up the middle. Not much there. Destin Brown in on the stop again. Got a man down for the Altavista Colonels. Let's see who this is.
Claudio Moon was down.
Yeah.
But I think he took the brunt of Destin's hit. Destin had a full head of steam, and it concerned me a minute. I worried about his shoulder, but he bounced up from that, and he looks good.
Yeah, they both met in the middle there in the backfield. Walton tried to go underneath, and Brown and Moon ended up hitting each other for the Altavista Colonels, but they made the stop in the process.
And it's no gain. Brings up 4th and calling along, too. This with 2 minutes 14, Colonels leading 28-3. This is certainly be the ball game.
Yeah, last chance time right here. Handoff goes to Chiron Smith. Oh, boy, he got hit hard. I don't think he got enough. He was close to that first down marker. Looks like Juan Thornhill in on the stop. Go figure. Clydell Moon getting up off, that's Destin Brown getting up off the pile.
Depends on which,
they gave it to him. I thought he got close, but boy, he really got stood up. Dante Poindexter was there as well. First down yardage for Chatham, so they'll get a fresh set of downs. Under 2 minutes to go now. 28-3. I'm sure just from a pride standpoint, the Altavista defense wants to keep Chatham out of the end zone so they can say, hey, no touchdowns. Not a shutout, but no touchdowns is always a nice feather in the cap as well. Altavista crowding that offensive line. They're crowding the center because they know Walton likes to sneak. Play action fake. Walton wants to throw. Downfield, got a man open in the middle of the field. Looks like Bobby Walker on the catch. Walker's got room to run. Down the left side, he's hit hard around the side pads by Juan Thornhill at the 20-yard line. Big pickup right there. Biggest pickup of the game for the Chatham Cavaliers. Better late than never on the R.J. Walton to Bobby Walker hookup.
33 yards on that pass play. Chatham's threatening to score. 133. Clark stopped by the move change.
Sort of the same play Altavista ran to score their passing touchdown, Oscar. Roll one way, throw it back the other way. Tough for the defense to stop. And it worked pretty well there for the Cavaliers. 19-yard line is where they'll snap this ball. Left hash mark. They got a minute and a half to try and get in the end zone. Option play to the right. Quick pitch to Chiron Smith. Smith wants to go back left. Not much there. He is met by Demetrius Johnson. Drops him in the backfield. The rest of the team wasn't far behind. May have been busted blocking assignment there because Chiron Smith certainly did not like what he saw on the right side. Left side wasn't much better.
No, I don't think it was busted at all. I think it was just the penetration, and they made the seal on that outside edge, and he was forced to come back in this way. Demetrius, I think, was over on that other side as well, and Darius, so really nowhere for him to go.
Now, 2nd and we'll call it 15 now for the Chatham Cavaliers. 45 seconds now. Could end up being the last play of the football game right here, depending on how long it takes. Passing play from Walton. Got a little bit of room. Now he's flushed out by Dante Poindexter. Wants to pull it down and run. He's hit hard by Darius Johnson and Clydell Moon. Football came out late, but it was after the ball was already on the ground. Clock's going to stop. Another timeout for the Chatham Cavaliers. We'll take this one with them. Altavista leading 28-3 on 105.5 KD Country.
Apple Auto Glass is your windshield repair and replacement center in Lynchburg. You get a free car wash with all windshields replaced in the shop. Apple Auto Glass wants the fans to enjoy the boys of fall this high school football season.
When I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass, I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pad. Kings of the school, man, where the boys of fall.
Apple Auto Glass salutes the boys of fall.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
32 seconds remain in the football game here for Chatham. Cavaliers trying to get in the end zone. One last chance here, and let's see what the Altavista defense can do. Colonels lead 28-3 if you joined us late. We'll recap it all in the Subway post-game show. Pass attempt over the middle, incomplete. Colonels were looking for the interception, but nobody was really around that one. Looks like Wayne Short, a little slow to get up on the plate. No, that's not Wayne Short. That's Tyler Kofer. He gets helped up by Wayne Short, though. They both jog back into the pile.
Easy for you to say.
Everything's been easy for me to say tonight. We've had deja vu all over again. We've had people getting choked up. We've had old friends, new friends.
27 seconds left, fourth down in a bus ride. And, again, great job by the Colonels tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight started off wrong the time we got out of the truck.
Yeah, we had problems all the way around. Colonels were a little sluggish in the first quarter. I won't say they had problems. Shotgun snap here, fourth down. Walton looking over the middle. Nobody there. He was looking left side, rather. And Justin Brown was the closest one to that football, but it falls incomplete. Colonels will take over. That'll pretty much do it here. One kneel down, I believe, on the way from Warren Thornhill. And we'll be headed to the Subway postgame show. Colonels will improve to 7-1. We'll keep it here for just a moment while we wait and see what happens. Colonel defense trotting off the field. A few of them anyway. Of course, a lot of guys go both ways, so that's a little misleading. Juan getting the offense straight. No need in having the illegal procedure penalty when you're just taking the kneel down. Three running backs back there behind him. Juan kneels it down, and that'll do it. Clock will run out. Colonels win 28-3. Big win on the road here in Chatham. We'll be back to wrap it all up, recap this one, and talk about next week some on the Subway postgame show. Don't you go changing on 105.5 KD Country.